forces. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, just told us that the plan is for a 4 to 6 week campaign to achieve all of the military objectives that the U.S. has. And the president saying just this morning that the only thing that he will accept is complete surrender.
Israel has heavily bombed Iran's capital, Tehran, in Lebanon again, announcing a new phase in the joint war. Former President Barack Obama honors the Reverend Jesse Jackson at a Celebration of Life event in Chicago. He says he was especially inspired after watching Jackson at the 1984 Democratic presidential debate alongside former Vice President Walter Mondale and Senator Gary Hart.
The message he sent to a 22-year-old child of a single mother with a funny name, an outsider, was that maybe there wasn't any place, any room where we didn't belong.
The government reports that the economy lost an unexpected 92,000 jobs in February. Economists had expected 60,000 new jobs last month. Chris Bavares with the Economist Intelligence Unit.
Fortunately, the unemployment rate only edged up a tenth to 4.4%, but the loss of jobs on the payroll survey is certainly concerning.
Still no Senate vote scheduled for a House-passed Department of Homeland Security funding bill, so the partial government shutdown lingers. And CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns reports.
There is a funding lapse at DHS. Both sides have not yet come to an agreement to fund the agency long term. And then we should also note that the Iran war is playing a big role in this, too, because lawmakers up here are concerned about potential retaliation in the homeland, requiring DHS to step up.
The Austin, Texas bar where a mass shooter killed 3 people and injured 19 last weekend is reopening tonight.
709, there are additional shots being fired.
The gunman opened fire at Buford's. Police killed him. In an Instagram post, Buford says after many conversations with its staff, it has decided to reopen this evening and will donate 100% of its sales this weekend to the victims and their families. Neighboring businesses are helping out. Bobby Madrano manages Favorite Pizza, which is securing counseling services for Buford staff.
This is definitely one of those moments where, as a community, we need to stand together, support each other.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Stocks are down. Oil is up on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
Okay. A new version of the millionaire's tax hits the governor's desk. More on that coming right up. But first, we say hello to Lori at the KIRO Newsradio Traffic Desk.
Hello, Nate. Traffic is brought to you by Closets by Design. Northbound I-5, if you're coming off that ramp from Albro onto the freeway, there's a collision partly blocking. 509 southbound, right at Cloverdale, we have a collision in the HOV lane. If you're heading to Seattle from Everett, or Seattle to Everett, 35 minutes. Reverse that. It's going to be about a 2-minute delay, and you're really going to be slow from about Lake City Way into downtown. Linwood to Bellevue is 32 minutes right now, and your slowdown is really just approaching 522, and then it kind of thins out through Kirkland and Bellevue. Tacoma to Olympia right now, 36 minutes. Custom storage solutions for closets, garages, homes, office, and more. Go to closetsbydesign.com to see current specials or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to learn more. I'm Lori, KIRO, Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
And good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. An about-face from Governor Bob Ferguson. Just 2 days ago, he hinted the controversial millionaire's tax might not make it to this session. Now, he says he'll sign a new version which gives more money back to families in the form of tax credits and free school lunches. Here's what he said back in February.
So do I support the concept of millionaire's tax? You better believe it. Absolutely. But, and this is a significant but, it just can't be $3.5 billion that goes into our general fund.
The amended bill needs to be approved by the House. Seattle's Fifth Avenue Theater Company is eliminating about 14 staff positions, according to the Seattle Times. Staff in its marketing, box office, education, and artistic departments will be affected. The total number of workers will go from 55 to 41. The theater company is the primary producer of Broadway-scale musicals here in Seattle. The Justice Department has released the Epstein files that include a woman's accusations against President Trump. More from CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace.
The department says the files have been mistakenly withheld during an earlier review because they were incorrectly labeled as duplicative. They contain a summary of the FBI's interview of a woman who claimed Jeffrey Epstein flew her to either New York or New Jersey, where she said she bit President Trump after he tried to sexually assault her. She also claimed Epstein had arranged sexual encounters with other men and schemed to have her mother sent to prison. Her accusations remain uncorroborated. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Well, it will not be easy to travel around Bothell and Woodinville this weekend. 405 will be closed in both directions near State Route 522 from 6 p.m. Saturday to 4 a.m. Monday. WashDOT's Lauren Penning says there are detours, but they will add significant time.
We really are expecting there to be delays of up to an hour, really at peak times, as people are trying to navigate through here.
The state is removing a ramp that crosses the freeway. 405 will also be closed in the same area next weekend. The man who created Seattle's beloved pink tow truck has died. Ed Lincoln passed away last month at age 84. He built Lincoln Towing into one of the most recognized towing companies in the Pacific Northwest, but he's best remembered for his marketing genius. The pink tow truck, a tow truck shaped like a giant pink foot, became a fixture at parades across the region. His family says Ed never met a stranger and made his mission to spread smiles everywhere he went. According to his obituary, a memorial service is set for March 29th in Redmond. And now a look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Scattered showers throughout the day with a high in the low 50s. Less rain, more sun throughout the weekend with highs up just a tad into the mid-50s. Air 48 and light rain over downtown Seattle right now. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Friday to you. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike, welcome to the show.
Thank you, brother. Happy Friday to you.
Can we just real fast? Can we mention that Ed Lincoln news that we just got? The passing of Ed Lincoln, known for obviously that pink tow truck. That is obviously it's very sad that he passed.
It's a loss. I was unaware.
Rest in peace.
I was unaware of this passing.
But what's interesting too is we all have such very crystal clear memories of that pink tow truck. Which when I was a kid, I'm trying to remember if this is because it's no longer there. So I think it's at Mohi now.
I think it's at Mohi. I believe it's still around at Mohi.
Museum of History and Industry. Go check it out. It's really neat. But my recollection is when you got off on Mercer and you were driving down into Seattle off of Mercer Street, it was right there, like up on top of a building.
No, on top of the gate to the tow yard.
The tow yard, which is now the middle of the intersection.
Well, that's where the Google is now, right? That big Google Cloud building.
Yes.
With that piece of modern art, looks like a snake.
How cool!
I think it's an intestinal parasite. That's
what it is. It's a computer parasite.
Yeah, computer. Yeah, it's Kennedy's worm. No, I had the exact same thing when I landed in Seattle for the very first time in late June 1989. Right from Baltimore, took a job sight unseen. Picked me up at the airport. Bob Rivers and his partner Sean drove me to downtown Lake Union where the old KSW studios were. Sure. And I got off I-5.
And the hell's that?
I looked at this pink foot, this tow truck made of a human foot. And I'm thinking, what in the heck?
Yeah.
What have I done?
What have I done?
Where are we? We're still in America, right?
It's really cool. If you have not seen this, it's pretty neat. A little bit of the history in the pink tow truck, because I was just looking this up. I thought maybe you'd enjoy it as well. This is from Mohi's website. No vehicle was more recognizable in the late 20th century Seattle than Lincoln Towing's pink tow truck. Again, this is all Mohi. Inspired by an offhand remark from a forgotten salesman who visited the company owner, Ed Lincoln, the tow was built by Ed Ellison. Ed only hired Eds, I guess, from an old VW bus chassis, which it totally looks like. And the tows were sculpted by Joanne C. McInnes. The rolling pink foot made its debut in 1980 Seafair Torchlight Parade and appeared at dozens of festivals around the region. ultimately sat on a platform at the old Lincoln Towing Yard on Mercer Street at Fairview, where thousands of motorists saw it every single day, including Spike and myself.
My first memory of Seattle.
Following the popularity of the left-foot tow truck, the folks at Lincoln built in 1997 a right-foot tow truck from the chassis of a 68 Chevy van, which remains with the towing business today. This artifact is not currently on display. How cool is that? It's from an old Vita bus.
That's fantastic.
Which is pretty cool.
And it was an actual tow truck with real towing capacity. I'm looking up to it could tow 35,000 pounds.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was a real tow truck.
On a V-dub bus chassis?
Yes. It's all about the engine. It's all about the engine, yes.
They must have done a Subi swap.
Isn't that great?
Pretty
so
fun.
sorry, yeah.
What a cool piece of Seattle history to look back on, and also, obviously sad for his family that he passed, but he could not have been a young man. So that's obviously
84 the Seattle Times.
84.
What a wonderful life to
It's a good life. Yeah. That's a good run. For anybody. Pretty cool little bit of history. All right. Should we get into some other stuff here?
We'll talk about that job lost story.
There's one job that's been lost.
Sure, the numbers come out today, but one job loss is really hitting home.
It's not local, but it is tied locally here.
Used to be.
We're going to get into it in just a second. We are going to get into income tax discussion because Bob Ferguson's now put out a thing basically saying like, "Oh, I'm so excited to sign the income tax." Yeah. That's how I feel about it. But Gino Smith down in Vegas, tell us about this, Spike. What happened to Gino Smith?
Gino Smith was released by the Raiders today.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Apparently, the new coach, Clint Kubiak, and he have a history. Is that what I'm reading?
What? I was wondering what was going to happen to Gino.
Were you really?
I was probably the only one that picked up on this. Obviously, not the season that everybody wanted to have down in Vegas.
Oh no! One and done for Pete Carroll. One and done.
That was the worst season for the Raiders in their franchise history. Is that? Am I correct about that?
I think you're right. Yeah. I'll double check this, but I think I read that too.
Disaster.
3 wins, 14 losses.
So Gino Smith is going to get a lot of money.
Well, he'll
to not play football.
The Raiders will take a $8 million salary cap hit, or they'll take a $16 million salary cap hit and an 16 and 8 are the two numbers. He's scheduled to make $24 million next year.
So $8 million in salary cap space, 18.5 in dead money.
Dead cap.
What does that mean? Dead money. I mean, he still gets that money, right?
That means the Raiders still... No, I don't think so. No. I better look this up. I thought I knew this. Dead cap space. What does dead cap space mean?
Well, while he's looking it up...
Jacob, please explain it to us.
I don't know that... I was busy looking up the last question. That
By the way, Laura's not in today. Jacob's with us.
Thank you. The worst season that the Raiders had, it does look like it might have been 1962 when they went 1-13, but
that was a shorter season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so dead money... That's okay. I thought it was right. Dead money means that $18 million in dead money will be charged against the Raiders' salary cap.
But does he still get that money?
I don't believe so. That's what cutting means. I don't think he does. It wasn't guaranteed money.
Okay. He still gets some money. Look up what is Gino's. We should have looked this up, folks, right before we started the show.
It broke this morning. Well, then we got distracted.
We only had 5 hours to look this up before we started the show. How much money does Gino Smith get this year to not play football? Siri, how much money does... No, just kidding. One of you guys looked that up. Here's a question for you. What are the Raiders going to do? Do you think they have the first pick in the draft, right? So they're going to select Mendoza.
That's everybody's. Yeah,
he's going to be the number one out of Indiana. He just won the Heisman and he won the national championship.
Correct.
So there's no way that they're not selecting him.
Fernando
Is that right?
Mendoza. That's everybody's assumption.
He also, if you look at Fernando Mendoza as and now this doesn't mean that he's going to be successful, but when you add up all the different parts of his life into what makes a successful quarterback, on paper at least, and also on the field, in success-wise, he looks like he'd be a pretty safe bet. But Vegas is a crazy place. It often has crazy bets that happen in Vegas that don't pan out.
This is a test of humanity itself, of the human spirit.
Wow.
You take a young man who is steeped in faith.
Yes.
Raised by a faith-based family and parents and a support system.
Who has an amazing story. His mom, by the way, does she have MS? Does mom have MS?
Yes, I believe that's, yes.
So his mom.
I don't know how much she's going to make after the salary cap, but I know she's got MS.
She's confined to a wheelchair, and when he won the national championship on that amazing, that drive where he runs in, scores a touchdown.
Yes.
He wins the national championship, and his parents celebrate, and his dad doesn't stand up. He sits next to his mom cheering. Think about how hard that was, because his dad can stand if he wants to, but his mom cannot. And so there's a video of them celebrating their son's win, and he just sits next to his mom. They're, obviously both like cheering, very excited for their son. But how sweet is that? I mean, these are the parents this guy comes from. Solid as a rock.
And then where do you put him?
You send him to Sin City.
Temptation, the portal to the underworld.
Hell.
That's why it's so hot. It's the heat coming out from the underworld.
But isn't he kind of the perfect guy to go to Vegas?
Yeah.
What you don't want is somebody who already has
Johnny
a bunch
Football.
You don't want Johnny Football in Vegas.
He blew it in Cleveland, for God's sake.
Well, there's nothing to do.
There's no fun. Here, it's not about. I was being facetious about the test of all humanity itself and will the world survive. It is Mark Davis, the Antichrist. Where was I going with this?
I have no idea.
You don't want to throw that kid. No, you don't want to throw that kid into the starting rotation, starting lineup.
And that's the other
from
question.
Day one.
He's not going to be starting quarterback his first season.
Well, they just whacked Gino, and I can't find any money of what Gino will make after being released.
Jacob, did you find that?
I'm seeing the same numbers I think Spike is, which is $18.5 million in dead cap space. I don't know. That seems to mean to me that is what Gino Smith.
He's going to walk away with 18.
Yeah, he would have gotten.
I don't. Let's have. We got a whole sports station right down the hallway. Let's ask somebody over there during the next break.
All right, we'll ask him.
So here's what I do know: Gino made $58.5 million for the time he played in Las Vegas. He signed a 2-year deal, an extension worth. He earned $40 million last year. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. Makes perfect sense.
So yeah,
he
is making
last year, 18.5 for not playing football this year.
Okay, that's pretty good money.
Now, if he signs with another team, I think there's an NFL adjustment for that as well.
Sure,
because that way the Raiders are essentially going to be paying part of his salary
to play somewhere else. That's what they think of you.
Moneyball, boom,
paying
baby.
You $18.5 million to play against.
So
them.
your question though, do you throw this kid from Indiana, Mendoza, into the starting lineup of a team with a horrific offensive line, not a lot of offensive weapons?
Do you think they should have held on to Gino?
No,
it's just like a guy he could follow around.
I think given Kubiak and Gino's relationship, I'm not sure what happened. Gino didn't pick up a check at dinner one night. Something happened. Footsie under the table. I don't know. Who knows?
I know.
Who knows?
Kubiak obviously he wants a clean slate. It's hard enough to be an NFL
He wants
coach.
to win or lose on his merits, not the quarterback that was handed to him by a 3-14 team.
I've already pitched this to you once. So you don't have to pretend like I'm saying it for the first time.
That's
Although
fine.
I always appreciate when you do that. You're a wonderful audience. But to the audience out there who hasn't heard this idea, wouldn't it be great if there was somebody who was already tied to the Raiders organization who had some special insight into what it takes to be a successful quarterback, who also doesn't need the money, so maybe you can get him for a deal, and who maybe is still itching and in the past has shown a propensity for wanting to come out of retirement to go play football again?
Mm-hmm.
If there was some dream character like that they could get to be Mendoza's mentor on the field for one season, wouldn't that be lucky? Like a Tom Brady.
The planets would have to align.
They would have to align. Why doesn't Tom Brady step back in? The guy's still a stud, obviously. Tom Brady in 5 years is still going to be as good as the worst quarterback in the league in 5 years. He's still very athletic.
That's a fair statement to make. I think you're right. I think you're right.
And what Tom Brady brings to the field is all of the leadership stuff that Mendoza probably already has, but maybe doesn't quite have on the NFL level yet.
Yeah.
So put Tom Brady back in.
But couldn't Brady do all that for Mendoza? And if they're got any brains in their heads in that Raider helmet on the side of their helmet, there's any brains in that bucket.
They're already thinking this way?
This guy's already going to mentor Mendoza.
I'm sure.
I mean, he's an owner, but wouldn't he be the perfect quarterback coach, mentor on the sideline for a number 1 pick in the NFL draft?
He would be
the future of a franchise.
Of course, it's Tom Brady. But he's also on Fox.
But you have to put his spine out there at risk on the field.
Is it really a risk, though? Because he can just basically not do anything and still be pretty good.
And still get hit by guys.
He's going to get hit sometimes, but he won 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
The guy is he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
That's debatable.
Well, one interesting thing, there's always a conversation around really excellent players and whether they'll become coaches. And sometimes the question becomes, how good of a coach will they really be when they're so naturally talented? Do you know what I mean? Like,
can they actually teach people what they get so naturally?
Yeah. Like, it came to them easier than most people. That's why they're excellent, or part of why they're excellent. So are they actually that good at developing someone who maybe has more challenges than that? This is what they used to say about, like, Obama wasn't particularly good at giving advice to other politicians because
he just naturally
he's an easy natural speaker and stuff like that.
Well, I would say this about Brady: he wasn't a natural. He was like a 6th round pick.
Yeah,
right.
Worked really hard.
The guy he worked hard. He learned. I mean, think about Brady. The reason the Seahawks tried to throw the ball at the 1 yard line is because they didn't want to give Tom Brady 30 seconds, even with no timeouts, because he was that smart and that good. It's like having a coach on the field when you have Tom Brady behind center.
He also is a winner. He's going to figure out how to be good at something. Like Tom Brady figures out how to be good at. It's like Michael Jordan, who just won his, he's doing very well as a NASCAR boss.
Open the season with 3 straight wins?
Nobody in NASCAR history had ever done that, and it's Jordan's team who did it because Jordan's a winner and he expects to be a winner. So he figured out how to be a good team owner. Tom Brady, if you go back and watch his first season calling games for Fox, he looks a little out of his element, which is strange.
He's uncomfortable, yes.
He looks uncomfortable. Yeah. And then you watch him like this last season calling games, and you're like, this guy's got insights that nobody else has. Yeah. He's so interesting to watch. He's gotten so much better because the guy wants to be the best because he's a competitor. So I do think he could probably fill that gap and figure out how to coach somebody.
And he'd be a better quarterback today than Gino Smith would. I love Gino.
I love Gino, too.
Gino took us as far as Gino could take us.
I literally love him.
Right?
Like I love my family, but I have a great affection for Gino.
He gave us some great run.
Yeah. Also, he's got a cool story. I like the idea of the guy,
Comeback player of the year.
Comeback player.
Yeah. You bet.
Obviously, last year wasn't great.
He was thrown on the scrap heap by the NFL.
Yes.
Was a backup in Seattle when they traded Russ. Gino stepped up because he knew the offense.
Well, he's back on the scrap heap.
Well, yeah, he's got. But with $58 million more dollars.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Back when that scrap heap's made of solid gold now.
I guess
because he made $58.5 million.
We should all be so lucky
right?
to be a Gino scrap heap.
Seriously,
right.
he's buying the Lincoln tow truck to put in front of his gate. Just say, here, take this, Seattle.
He'd buy 1 million Lincoln tow trucks if he wanted to. He should restart that business.
The Lincoln tow truck business.
The Lincoln tow truck business. I think it's probably still in business, but he could just buy it if he wanted to. All right,
Lincoln's still around, yeah.
Have we spent enough time on this Tom Brady stuff?
Sure.
All right.
We don't have time for anything else now, do we? What are we going
We got a lot of stuff to get to, which we will get to.
It's 'tis the weekend. I know we kind of flirted with it, but 'tis the weekend. Spring forward.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Let's talk about spring forward, and then when we come back, maybe you and I can kind of chat about this income tax, which is likely going to get passed now.
Yeah, well, it's not. We have a couple minutes left. We can't really do it any justice.
We can't do it justice right now.
But let me give you a little bit of a stat I heard this morning, and I looked it up to verify, and it's true.
Are you talking about income tax? Or are you talking about time change?
Daylight saving time.
Okay.
Did you know that fatal car crashes go up 6% the week after daylight savings time?
Because people are up later?
Because they're sleep deprived. Attention deprived, anxiety laden.
Gotcha.
Fatal car crashes increase 6% the week after we implement daylight savings time, and we cut an hour from your life.
We're losing an hour this time.
Losing
right?
an hour.
I can never do the math on that because everybody goes, "Oh, you're getting an extra hour at the end of the day," which sounds nice, and then I got to get up an hour earlier.
You're losing an hour's sleep. Essentially,
I get up at 5 a.m. I'm gonna get up at 4 a.m. now.
Yeah,
I mean, technically it'll still be 5 on the clock.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
But for a week, I'm gonna feel like it's 4 a.m.
But you go to bed an hour earlier.
Am I going to go to bed earlier?
No,
I'm going to be outside.
No, you're not.
Soaking up all the sunshine that we're going to get. We're going to get so much sun.
6% increase in fatal traffic accidents the week following the change.
That's a shame.
That's not the really scary news.
Oh, geez. You got more scary news?
Heart attacks on the Monday after daylight savings time.
Really?
Saving time. 24% increase in heart attacks on the daily average the Monday after daylight savings time.
Why?
Why? Because people panic. Forgot to set their alarm, running late, lose an hour's sleep.
Listen,
the
if
anxiety
you're having a heart
of thinking.
attack you missed your clock setting, then, take a walk.
I'm just saying.
You know what I mean? Like, get ahead of it right now.
Well, the chances,
fair warning.
The chances for people
it's going to happen.
Chances for people with compromised cardio systems, pre-existing conditions, the people that live their lives with running the risk of heart attack, have a 4% chance of having a heart attack on any given day, a 24% chance the Monday after daylight saving time.
Here's what I'd do if I were them.
What?
Set my clock early now. Get used to it.
Didn't a texter give us that, Jewel, right?
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh,
that's straight out of my big fat brain.
A texter said do it a half an hour on Friday and a half an hour Sunday morning.
No, that's dumb.
Then you're either late or early for everything.
A week ahead of time.
Okay.
You want to give people plenty of time, especially if they're at risk of
injuring
themselves.
Now I'm 5 days late for doing it a week ahead of time. See, now I'm anxiety laden.
You confused me.
Now I'm having heart palpitations. Check my pulses.
All right, we're going to take a break here. We're going to make sure Spike's okay. I'm going to get him an aspirin. When we come back,
a baby aspirin.
Okay, we'll raise your heart rate when we get back. We're going to talk about the income tax, which Governor Ferguson says just looks peachy keen to him now. This whole thing was a rope-a-dope. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to good cop, bad cop us. I'm going to boo all over this when we come back.
You
Spike
called
is
this,
gonna.
you called this months ago.
Spike might be. No, well,
You said good cop, bad cop. You said
they were good cop, bad cop.
Theater. You said it from day one.
Drives me nuts. All right, we're going to talk about it next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
Two competing budget proposals.
Senators want to be aggressive, they say.
Traffic.
We have a stall on westbound 16.
Conversation.
If they pass this thing and Governor Ferguson signs it into law, I think there's going to be a mass political sea change in Washington State.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They're bringing it home again.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Well, the rainy season is upon us. You all know that. But it is time for you to inspect your roof. Don't do it yourself. As Jake's tell you too. Don't climb up on your roof. It's time to protect your biggest investment by calling my friends at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Give them a call today at 206-202-ROOF. Integrity Roofing offers free estimates, of course. They'll do a scheduled video assessment, a video inspection. They've got years of experience and incredible workmanship, reviews all the livelong day. Integrity Roofing and Construction, check out all their work at integrityrc.com.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense, and that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025. Actual speeds vary. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial cable.
At Guardian Roofing Gutters and Insulation, we know that keeping your home watertight and dry is essential to your family's safety and comfort. Having well-functioning gutters prevents water damage to your home and prolongs the life of your roof. Whether you need a cleaning or a complete gutter install, we do it all. Call today and get $250 off a gutter installation and visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Gray whales are back in the Salish Sea. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers guaranteed whale watching tours departing from Edmonds. Don't miss Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
John Curley here. A Lennox heat pump does the work of a furnace and air conditioner. And right now, get Lennox heating and cooling for the price of AC. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the Comfort People, Home Comfort Alliance, HomeComfortAlliance.com.
I'm here with Wes Jones of SellWithWes.com. And Wes, you were just telling me you think 2026 is going to be a rebound year for the housing market.
That's right. I think we're heading into the best real estate market of the past 4 years. And here's why. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, year, experts are anticipating a 15% increase in sales volume next year. Interest rates are at near 3-year lows and trending down, and home prices have held near all-time highs. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for their time to jump into the market since 2022, and they need a place to buy.
So, hey, 2026 might be your year. If you're considering selling your home, if you're thinking about moving, but there was something that was just holding you back, now might be a great time. So do this. Go to sellwithwes.com. You can see your home's real value there with Wes's home value calculator. Then schedule an appointment by giving him a call. Sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
Find your pot of gold at Lake Washington Windows and Doors with savings up to 20% on new windows and doors for your home. Plus, enjoy easy 12-month same-as-cash financing. Strike gold today. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. CBS's Holly Williams reporting today from northern Iraq says a leader of an armed Iranian opposition group wants to join the fight that would end the regime currently governing Iran.
The Democratic Party of Iranian Kurdistan represents the Kurdish ethnic minority, around 10% of Iran's population. We visited their base here in northern Iraq in January, around 30 miles from Iran's border. Amaj Zabtayi is a member of their leadership committee. He told us last night that America and Israel's war with Iran is an opportunity, and his party may use it to start an offensive.
Washington's congressional delegation is celebrating the firing of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Democrats and one key Republican praised yesterday's move. Senator Patty Murray posted a social media interview saying she has no idea what led to the firing.
All I can tell you from my perspective is no one will miss her. But we do need a Department of Homeland Security that respects the rights of Americans.
Senator Maria Cantwell was more pointed. She said Noem ran the department with unpardonable disregard for civil liberties, the Constitution, and state and local governments. Republican Dan Newhouse wrote, a change in leadership at the Department of Homeland Security was long overdue. The smell of grilled beef filled the Capitol in Olympia yesterday. The Washington's Cattlemen's Association hosted Beef Day on the Hill. The Seattle Times was there as volunteers grilled up about 1,500 free tri-tip sandwiches. Michael Smith from Lacey says they wanted to remind people that Washington is a strong agricultural state. He says there are a lot of beef producers here, many of them small operations. His message to shoppers, buy local. Washington's Attorney General Nick Brown is joining a multi-state lawsuit to block President Trump's newest round of tariffs. Brown says the administration is again acting without legal authority after the U.S. Supreme Court recently struck down the president's previous tariff strategy. The new 15% tariffs were issued under a rarely used 1974 trade law, which the lawsuit argues does not apply. Emerald City Comic Con is going on at the Convention Center. Event director Chris Delando says they are expecting about 90,000 fans.
We're very fortunate that we have, consistently had guest lists year on year of people who are just really excited to meet fans and really participate in the community. And I think that they enjoy it, and that's why they keep coming back.
Comic Con runs through Sunday. And now look at your KIRO News Radio traffic. We send it over to Lori.
Traffic is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino. Southbound 405 right at 527. We have a collision in the right lane. That's what's causing that backup almost to the I-5 interchange. A 5-minute delay now, Linwood to Bellevue. Linwood to Seattle, if you're heading into Comic-Con, you're going to have about a 3-minute slowdown. Northbound I-5, the ramp from Albro. Looks like they're still working on a collision there. Federal Way to Seattle, you're looking at an extra 5 minutes. Now heading from Tacoma to Olympia, that's a 36-minute drive. Get ready for a night of hard-hitting MMA excitement with WFC 190, April 25th at Emerald Queen Casino. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Thank you, Lori. And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Scattered showers throughout the day, 51 for the high. Showers linger throughout the weekend with sun breaks and highs into the mid-50s. Cloudy and 49 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of stuff to get to. This came across our desks right before we got on the air. Governor Bob Ferguson sent this out. Basically saying that everything now looks so great to him in the millionaire's tax. What was it, just 2 or 3 days ago? Was it 2 days ago?
2 days ago where he has sent out an email to donors that he may have to put this on the back burner until next session.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't going to sign it until it was right.
He says, we just got to get this right, people. If we're going to take everyone's money, we just got to get it right. We got to get enough of it.
And I heard yesterday that the Democratic caucus for the Washington State Legislature had 12 Democrats that weren't happy with the current iteration of the millionaire's tax. And the Democrats could afford to lose 3 votes in the House for it to and it would still pass.
They're not getting any Republicans. They don't need Republicans.
Right, exactly.
Democrats will pass this alone.
But
no Republicans are going to sign
this. But if as many as 3, as little as 3 Democrats said, I don't like this, they wouldn't have the majority to pass it.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's according to Bob Ferguson here, Governor Bob Ferguson, he said in this statement that was released, and we can chat about this in just a second. He said, I've seen from the beginning of the discussion around the millionaire's tax, any bill I sign must send a significant percentage of that revenue back to Washington families and small business owners to make life more affordable. We must significantly expand eligibility for the working families tax credit and reduce taxes on small business owners. I'm glad to say the latest floor amendment to the bill achieves these critical goals and will help make our state more affordable. I will sign this version of the bill. Then he kind of goes through a few things. He talks about, a proposal which would make 460,000 additional households qualify for the working families tax credit, which means that they could qualify for a check from the state for somewhere between $300 and $1,300. Is that the number you saw as well?
Yep.
The other thing he says is that it will open up a program, free lunch and breakfast for all Washington students. And then the other thing that I saw was, what was the last thing here?
5% of the revenue would generate, we go toward Fair Start.
Fair Start for kids accounts.
Funds child care and early learning programs. Tax exemption for over-the-counter drugs.
And deodorant. Hygiene products. That was a big thing initially. Is they said, hey, everybody who we see all the time is smelly, and so we want to help them not be so smelly by making it cheaper to get hygiene products like deodorant and your shampoos.
I think diapers is back on the table, though.
He says diapers is back on the table.
Okay.
Again,
that kind of helps. That helps some folks.
You know what would be more helpful? Not passing an income tax. Why not just take less money? That would be nice.
Sure.
They could just take less money. That would also be great. Let people keep their own money would be a good alternative to taking more money from people. I don't see any mention here. He talked about the sales tax holiday. Did that not make the cut?
It's not in the story we've got from Luke Ducey.
That was his big one originally. It was like, hey, guys, look over here. A sales tax holiday. If you buy a big TV one day in the year, you won't have to pay sales tax on that. And then you're willing to trade away all this other stuff.
Well, those are all those just little flashy.
Just little flashy things.
Yeah, things look distractors. Flashy distractors. But, the real fears of this thing is that it will never have a floor.
Well,
and
it
they'll
won't.
keep lowering. And
The
things that we've expressed concerns about from the get-go on this.
I wonder why he won't. I wonder why he would be so, obviously because he's in on it, and obviously he doesn't want that to happen. But he did say this would be a millionaire's tax, and it's about millionaires, and he was kind of demonizing millionaires as being people who are not paying their fair share, which I disagree with completely. But why, if they can add all these amendments in, why wouldn't they also put an amendment in that says like the floor of this is only millionaires?
Yeah, because they didn't want to. They could have.
Because they don't want to.
It's an easy answer. They didn't want to do that. Because it would tie the hands of future legislative bodies.
That's what he said. Jamie Peterson came on our show and said that very same thing. He goes, we don't want to tell future legislators what to do. But they are willing to tell the taxpayers what to do. When taxpayers have had the opportunity to vote on this in the past, 10 times, they've said no every time. And now they're saying, nope, we're going to pass it. And we're going to make an emergency, so you can't even have a say in it. It's not going to come up. Republicans tried to add an amendment that said, hey, next time this is available to be voted on, people get the chance to vote on this and voice their yay or nay. And they said, nah, not interested.
It's an emergency.
It's an emergency.
It's an emergency.
So it kicks in 3 years. What an emergency.
Well, here's the thing. I think this is just the next move in the checkers game. I think this, passing it, signing it into law.
I'm a Connect 4 guy. I can't really tell you about checkers.
Well, I think the legislative, the judicial branch of our state government will have the next checker to drop into Connect 4 and block the string of 3. How's that? So you can relate to that. This
I like
could be
that.
this could be challenged.
Of course, yeah.
Of course, because for its unconstitutionality.
It's unconstitutional. Yeah.
Absolutely. There'll be a petition, I'm sure, circulated to put this thing on the ballot measure before it gets a chance to be enacted in 2029. I don't know if we'll ever see this. I really don't think we'll ever see this.
Spike, I am praying that you're right. And I don't often do that, but I'm praying that you're right on this one. I really am.
Here's the thing. This is one of those rare cases where if I'm right, you don't have to be wrong. We can both be right on this.
That's the best.
Right?
We can meet in the middle. I
Yes.
wish there was a song about meeting in the middle. There must be. Is there a song about meeting in the middle somewhere? We have a meet in the middle song?
I'm sure there's a
like in
thousand.
popular culture. Let's meet in the middle. We hate this.
It's freaking
Something
law.
like that.
We don't want him to sign it.
He's trying to take your money.
Take it all.
Maybe to the tune of pennies from heaven. Do you remember when Governor Inslee said this?
This is going to have minimal impact, if any. Pennies. We're talking about pennies, potentially. Not all of this would be passed off to the consumers, and what they would be pennies.
This was
To
talking
be
about
fair,
the CCA.
To be fair,
Every time it rains,
he
it
steals millions of pennies.
pennies from heaven.
Here's I came up with a few ways that we could save money right now, because he says in his last line of this piece that he sent out, he says, I strongly encourage his legislature to pass this bill with all of these investments and affordability included. He keeps trying to sell the affordability of this. By the way, I think somebody must have given him some information that people don't like, demonizing business owners and people who would qualify for this. Quit saying they're not paying their fair share, because they're quite clearly paying their fair share. He's not been saying that lately. He started, the whole message was like, these millionaires, right, guys? We don't like them, do we? And, pitchforks and all that kind of stuff. And now he's kind of shying away at that. Now he's talking all about affordability. So there's the last line. I strongly encourage his legislature to pass this bill with all of these investments and affordability included. It represents a historic step forward in rebalancing our unfair system and making life more affordable for Washington families and small business owners. And obviously, he always talks about how we have such a regressive tax system in Washington State. What's more regressive than when somebody has to go, like the difference in what somebody feels at the pump, right?
Sure.
Paying at the pump.
Yeah.
He could fix that tomorrow. Repeal the CCA. They've collected $4.3 billion. They can't tell us if it's having any effect. All they know is that it's bringing in a ton of money, and it's charging you more money. You're paying more at the pump. Right now, you're paying 56.7 gallons more per gallon of gasoline because of the CCA, on top of the normal gas tax, which is already 55.4 cents. So why not repeal some of these things? That would immediately make life cheaper for people.
For people at the lower end of the economic scale.
Of course.
That's what we talk about when we say regression.
When
It's the folks who can at least afford it.
Yes. And
that's why they give us diapers and over-the-counter meds. For those who can at least afford tax increases.
Obviously he's trying to dangle some stuff. So here, dangle this stuff.
Something shiny.
The CCA, you collected $4.3 billion, which a lot of it now it's supposed to be used for CCA-related things. And now they're saying, well, we might use it for some other generic stuff that we're not going to tell you about.
We're going to dip into that, too.
We're going to dip into that, too. Here's another thing. Listen to this. Because of the CCA, I saw this story today. Puget Sound Energy, your bill has shot up 12% this year. That actually matters to people. You could make that go away right now. Again, also with the CCA. So we've got gas and we've got PSE saying it's going to go up 12%, and they have requested to raise the rates by 30% by 2029. All because of the CCA. That's what they say.
Well, that entire increase is dedicated to the CCA?
To recoup costs because of the Climate Commitment Act. That's from the PSE Public Relations Manager said that. Customer rates increased on January 1st of this year, driven in large part by costs to comply with the Climate Commitment Act on the natural gas side and increasing power costs for electricity customers as a result of PSE needing to purchase more renewable energy and replace energy from local coal providers under the Clean Electricity Transformation Act. So those are savings immediately that people are feeling. Why not? If you can't show us what it's doing, then why are you charging the tax?
I get you. But that's a different argument. You can't give all that back.
Why?
Because the income tax isn't in your pocket yet. Maybe when this thing happens, if it does happen in 29, if it clears all the constitutional hurdles,
sure,
and we need relief, then maybe it's time to back off the CCA.
That would never happen. They would never do it. Because then they would say, like, oh, we must hate the environment if we're not stealing your money. And we can't prove that we're helping the environment.
Well, why would they do it now then? Why would they say they hate the environment now? I mean, I see the common sense in what you're saying. I guess it's hard for them to say we care about the little guy when I'm bending the little guy over every time he pulls his car up to a pump.
Spike, I can't say it any better than that. That's perfect. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We'll be right back.
Every time it rains, it rains. Pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven?
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO Newsradio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
It's a great time to visit Subaru of Puyallup during the Subaru A Lot to Love event for extra savings through March 31st. Visit your stress-free dealership, SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Find your pot of gold at Lake Washington Windows and Doors with savings up to 20% on new windows and doors for your home. Plus, enjoy easy 12-month same-as-cash financing. Strike gold today. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of stuff still to get to. We were just talking before the break. We were just talking about the income tax, which Bob Ferguson is now saying he's going to sign.
This iteration he likes.
This iteration
likes what he sees.
Which, to be fair, you and I were talking about like a week ago, saying that this whole rope-a-dope thing that they're doing and this good cop, bad copping is probably all just an act.
Hey, I'm looking out for the little man.
Yeah, exactly.
This is still got to go back to this. Any changes made by the House will still have to go back to the Senate for reconciliation.
Yeah,
if
but that's where
that moves through.
That's where it all started.
Yeah, that's not going to be an issue.
This is their.
I was giving you a milepost on it.
Yeah. I do just want to reiterate one more time, and we have other stuff. We're going to play some audio here in just a second. The burger wars are continuing, which is funny. We had a really great interview with Madrona, venture capitalist, investor, the founder of that, and also many other things. He's on the board at Fred Hutch. He is on the board at. He knows what he's talking about. Matt McElwain was on the show earlier in the week, and he walks through why this is going to be so bad for businesses, specifically in this region, tech businesses. And it's worth a listen if you haven't already heard it. If Bob Ferguson signs this thing, this is going to be a before and after moment in Washington State, and you're going to watch 10 years from now when people look back and go, what happened? What happened? We play that clip all the time. What happened? This will be that moment, I think. Okay. Bob Ferguson, who comes into office, passes the largest tax increase in state history, and now is basically doing it twice because he's now going to do an income tax.
He's going to do what the governor's been trying to do, Democratic government's trying to do for decades.
And the people in Washington have every opportunity given to them has said no. And they're just now saying, we don't care what the people say. We're just going to do it. We don't care what the businesses have to say because they all don't like this. The one guy who voiced the support for this, who inherited a company from daddy, had to rescind it and then got spanked on the butt and had to step down from his position as chairman because dad said, hey, what are you doing? Dum-dum. This is a bad thing for business. All of those people are saying this is a bad idea, and yet Bob Ferguson and Jamie Peterson and who's the drunk guy? House Majority Leader. What's his name?
Off.
Drunk guy.
I don't know. Jacobson?
No, Joe what's his
Fitzgibbon.
name? He was drunk. Well, talking about this. That's how seriously they take it. He was drunk, and he said he was drunk. This will be a before and after moment, and we should all just remember the date. Interesting times. All right, let's play this. Speaking of before and after, we didn't really care what CEOs of burger chains had to say about their own food until the McDonald's CEO came out and tried the Big Arch and took a tiny little nibble and didn't seem that interested in his products, but talked about how it has burger notes and burger product and
beef notes.
Beef notes, that's right. It was very,
this product is delicious.
It was very strange. Here's a little bit of that.
I say in my human voice?
Yeah. I am just like you.
You've heard about it. Here it is, the Big Arch. This is something that we have tested already in Portugal, Germany, Canada. I love this product. It is so good. I'm going to do a tasting right now, but I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know. So
he says that like he wants a high five. Attaboy. You're a man of the people. You make $18 million a year. You eat burgers just like us. It does not.
You eat product just like us.
Yeah. What a great product to put in my mouth.
My talk hole.
I don't. We did testing. It's ideal for your face hole. Ideal for your face hole.
Places other than here, like Portugal.
Didn't test well in the other holes. Just
It goes in good. We can't speak to how it comes out.
Well, what I love about the fast food industry is a lot of the people in the industry really get their place in our social food chain, if you will. Allow the pun. I mean, who's got the best Wendy's has a great social media
they're smart
team. I mean,
they're funny.
they live in the social media world.
This guy doesn't. And
no, but A&W, who is not one of the bigger players in the burger world, they immediately came back and just took Chris Kempczinski, CEO of McDonald's, to town.
Here, let's play a little bit of that. It's pretty funny.
Alan from A&W here with, you heard about it, here it is, the Teen Burger. We love this burger product, which most people call a burger. I'm going to do a tasting right now, but this is actually my lunch. So let's see what we got going on here. Look at that. It has a unique bread that some people would call a bun, but really the star is what's inside. I mean, we've got the lettuce, which is green, and pickles, which make it taste pickly, and the teen sauce, the iconic.
Wendy's has, like I said, one of the best social media campaigns. Their president put out a video, because the one thing about the McDonald's CEO, he took a bite of the burger and he barely nipped the bun.
It's a baby bite.
Wendy's president just takes this, devours this burger. It's how you eat a burger. And he's talking with food in his mouth. Then he dips a fry in a Frosty. I mean, I love.
He's a man of the people.
He is, exactly.
Yeah, or at least he's pretending to be.
So did we get punked by the McDonald's CEO? Because we said McDonald's 28 times
That's true.
For free.
That's true. All right, we got a lot more. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year. More than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Discover a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026.
Tune in to elevate your wealth. If you're 5 to 10 years from retirement, you do not have the time to deal with a market downturn.
With Mark Stimson and Casey Elkins.
It's important that you know what the rules are, because if you don't, you can make some tremendous decisions that could adversely affect you, and you may not be able to go back and fix them.
Tune in to Elevate Your Wealth, Saturdays at 11 a.m., right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Staples has hot deals on everything for your business, like up to $125 off your print order. Ends 4/18, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump has been meeting with defense contractors at the White House to discuss weapons supplies amid the U.S.-led war with Iran. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the meeting was scheduled before the U.S.-led military action against Iran.
The president signed an executive order on this earlier this year. This is a long-held policy objective of this administration.
And Secretary Leavitt reiterated the president's position that the U.S. stockpile is not affected.
We have more than enough ammunitions, weapons, stockpiles to achieve the objectives of Operation Epic Fury and beyond.
The defense contractors taking part in the White House meeting included Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Boeing, and Honeywell. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
On Wall Street, oil has closed up 12%. RBC Capital Markets Managing Director Halima Croft says as the Iran war rages on, it could result in an international energy crisis.
The bulk of the Middle Eastern energy assets are now stranded because there is very little traffic moving through the all-important Strait of Hormuz.
The government's latest monthly numbers show a loss of 92,000 jobs, while the unemployment rate rose to 4.4%. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
Leisure and hospitality lost nearly 30,000. Construction lost workers. Manufacturing also lost jobs. Remember, the tariffs were intended to reshore some of those jobs.
Oil and the weak jobs data played roles in a Wall Street sell-off, with the Dow closing down 453 points and the Nasdaq falling 361. Family, former presidents, and community members pack a Chicago arena to celebrate the life of the late Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. CBS's Allison Keyes reports.
A long time coming. Former President Obama at the People's Celebration for the late Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. on why Jackson's legacy is so important.
Each day we're told by those in high office to fear each other.
Obama says it's hard to hope in those moments, but
Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson inspires us to take a harder path.
And to step forward and say, send me. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Climate warming is again on the rise. CBS's Dave Malkoff says that's the conclusion of studying long-range temperature, including the past few years.
Scientists at the Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research have found that global warming has significantly accelerated over the past decade. Adjusted data show this trend began around 2015, and at the current rate, Earth is likely to exceed the 1.5 degrees C limit of the Paris Climate Accord by 2030.
Fired Michigan football coach Sharon Moore pleads no contest to 2 misdemeanors to resolve a felony home invasion case. This is CBS.
The stars shine brighter on CBS Morning.
This is a slam dunk.
So cute. Gail came in singing for me today.
On CBS Mornings.
A revised version of the Millionaire's Tax arrives at the governor's desk. More on that straight ahead. But first, we head on over to the KIRO Newsradio traffic desk and say hello to Lori.
Traffic is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Southbound 405 at 527, we had a collision slowing you down. Now that looks clear, but the southbound, or actually now it's the northbound 405 approaching 527 that you're seeing a pretty big slowdown, about 3-minute delay. 35 minutes right now if you're driving from Everett to Seattle. That's 4 minutes longer than usual. And it looks like westbound 18, we have a collision right at Weyerhaeuser Way. It's in the left lane. And Federal Way to Seattle, you're looking at an extra 3 minutes. Now, if you're heading from Federal Way to Tacoma, that's just 10 minutes. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Governor Bob Ferguson now says he will sign a revised version of the state's proposed 9.9% millionaires tax. Last week, Governor Ferguson threatened to let the millionaires tax bill die on the vine because it didn't do enough to address affordability concerns for lower income families.
My focus will be that we are listening and hearing the voices of many, many Washingtonians who are struggling right now.
Ferguson changed his mind after a new amendment promises to send more of the bill's projected $3 billion annual revenue toward the working families tax credit. The credit could provide an additional 460,000 households with checks up to $1,300. Republicans warn Democrats could eventually expand their tax plans to hit middle income earners too. The bill still needs to pass the House Finance Committee, which is expected to happen soon. A bill on the governor's desk would ban employers from forcing workers to get microchip implants. The update from KIRO News Radio's Manda Factor.
The bill passed the state Senate unanimously this week. It bars employers from requesting, requiring, or pressuring employees to get chips implanted under their skin. Workers who are forced to could sue and recover damages. Democratic Senator Rebecca Saldana of Seattle spoke before final passage.
This is simply protecting employees' right to protections of their bodies, and I think it's a good bill.
It passed the House last month. Here's Republican State Representative Joel McIntyre of Cathlamet.
Who knows what's going to become commonplace in our workplaces in 10, 15, or 20 years?
Governor Ferguson hasn't said yet whether he'll sign it. Manda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
A former Mercer Island High School student is seeking more than $13 million from the school district. She claims administrators failed to protect her from a teacher who groomed and sexually abused her. The Seattle Times reports the woman says a longtime English teacher targeted her during her senior year in 2012. She was 18 at the time. Johnston was 44. The tort claim was filed last month. The district has 60 days to respond and declined to comment on the pending case. The job market took a step backward last month. More from CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace.
The economy lost 92,000 jobs in February. Economists had predicted job growth. Chris Varveris with the Economist Intelligence Unit says some of the losses were due to nurses' strikes in California and Hawaii.
Even accounting for that, we have to take this as a fairly soft report.
He says several sectors cut jobs.
We saw losses in manufacturing, in construction, which had turned up last month, and in business services.
Varveris says the war with Iran could put further pressure on the labor market if oil shipments are delayed. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Scattered showers and 51 for our Friday forecast. Tomorrow, showers taper off a bit, little more sunshine with highs into the mid-50s. Cloudy and 50 over downtown Seattle right now. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. What a great Friday. We have so much stuff to talk about. You can, if you want to get in on any of these conversations, you can, of course, text us. 888-973-5476. That's the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. I imagine there's quite a lot of opinions about Governor Ferguson saying that he wants to pass the income tax and that he would sign it. And we probably have a lot of opinions about this next topic we're going to chat about. This is a sad one, and I love your take on this, Spike. Do you watch? Do you love Deadliest Catch?
I'm not a big reality TV show genre guy, but I was enthralled and caught up in the enthusiasm about Deadliest Catch when it first premiered, given its local ties.
And it was kind of a groundbreaking reality show, right? Because it follows a very specific industry locally here.
Yep. You go see the boats right down there in the Ballard waterway there. You bet.
Oh, is this the music for Deadliest Catch?
Yeah. We used to have the captains come on our show all the time.
Yeah.
whether it be the Wizard or whatever its boat it was particularly was. And
Yeah, we did too. They're great local guys.
And just,
a lot of them right in Ballard. Yeah,
they're characters. They're true characters.
Okay, so the reason the show is still so successful is one, obviously the people are characters, but the job, when you watch them do it, you think to yourself like, man, would I ever have the guts to do something like that? Because it's a very dangerous job. And we have a story. This is a very sad story, but there's a young guy, local guy here, who just passed away, who died on one of these boats. His name was Todd Meadows, and he was a rookie. They call those greenhorns.
Yeah.
And he was new to the industry, and by all accounts, was a great family man.
25-year-old
guy.
Man,
He's got kids. He apparently was planning on buying a house soon with his partner, and he would call back to his. I mean, it's tragic and it's very sad, but the job is so dangerous, and you also have these crews on these boats that are filming, which help the industry. But I do wonder, and I'm not saying that they're at fault for anything that happened here, but I wonder if you go back. We've had 16 years now. You go back and look at them filming. I wonder, are there more accidents or less accidents on boats where they're filming?
Are they a factor in the operation? They got to be a factor in the operation, right?
It's different than if you were doing something like the only comparable I would make would be like take any reality show like the Kardashians or something.
Okay.
They're filming in their world, but their world tends to be on land and quite expansive.
Well,
they're not in danger.
How about Project Runway? Okay?
Sure.
You're making dresses, you're designing clothes, you're putting fashion together.
Sure.
Having film crews follow you around, get little side stories, make characters, make villains, blah, blah, blah. Not really impactful to the product. Maybe your dress didn't turn out. In this arena on these boats,
you're limited in space.
Yeah.
You're having to.
Do you say they make them redo things for a better shot?
Yeah, that's the part that I was kind of questioning.
Yeah. I mean, how could that not have an impact on the safety element? I mean, we don't know, but you have to ask the question.
You have to ask the question. This is Angela and Lucas Meadows. These were Todd's parents. They talked to Fox 5 in Vegas about their son, who was planning on coming home after this and, starting out building even a better life. Because probably most local people here have known somebody who has gone up fishing.
Oh, everybody.
In the Bering Sea.
Everybody knows somebody, yeah.
It's very dangerous, but the draw it's a lot of money.
Hard work, but a lot of money.
You're working long days. You're sleeping only when you're not catching fish.
Yeah.
Or crab. And then you're going back and you're catching fish or crab.
It's a limited window. You work around the clock sometimes, at least 18 hours a day.
And you get compensated very well.
Big, heavy equipment, dangerous conditions.
Very dangerous.
Unpredictable. There's unpredictable weather conditions,
Absolutely.
sea conditions.
Like, have you seen Perfect Storm, George Clooney?
Sure.
I mean, there it is right there. I mean, it shows you like how dangerous. I mean, that's an historically bad storm, but it comes with a lot of risks. Anyway, this is Todd's parents talking a little bit about him.
He didn't play with Tonka trucks or Legos. Todd had fishing poles.
Todd got involved with fishing with me probably from the time he was 3. He was barely walking. It's been a passion of his whole life. He had a smile on his face the whole time. Good day, bad day, didn't matter. He always had a smile. He loved to fish and loved to watch other people fish.
He wanted to own a boat one day and be the captain. I mean, that was his ultimate dream. When he sets his mind to something, I mean, he just doesn't give up.
And then speaking to what we were just talking about a second ago, how did he feel about being on a boat that was filming?
In a film crew boat, yeah.
Yeah, a film crew boat. Here's that a little bit on that.
They would have to stop everything they were doing, refilm stuff just for the show, which really irritated him. He just wanted to work.
It never mattered what anybody had to say about him, good or bad. He wasn't out there to make friends. He wasn't out there to click with people. He was just out there to work and to do what he loved.
According to the story here, he was on a boat called the Aleutian Lady. They notified Aleutian? Aleutian, not Aleutian. Yeah, Aleutian. That makes more sense. The Aleutian Lady, they notified the Coast Guard that he fell overboard 170 miles north of Dutch Harbor. You always hear that name, Dutch Harbor, when you watch The Deadliest Catch. And obviously, they said around February 25th at 5 p.m. It took 10 minutes for them to get him back in the boat. And when they recovered him, he was unresponsive.
Yeah.
Now, I imagine that they are wearing something that would keep them. I mean, I know they have like
they have survival suits, right?
They have survival suits,
but they're protected up against the cold of the water, and they float in these suits. But
are they wearing those while they're fishing, or is that just when they think the boat might be sinking? You put your survival suit on real fast. Maybe somebody who in the fishing community can let us know.
That's a great point, because somebody out there has been on these boats and has lived this life.
Because when I watch them fish, I'm usually seeing them. They're in like the overall, the big boots and everything. But is that's not a cold water protection? That's just what you wear on the boat.
Yeah.
But the survival suits that you're talking about, those are made for you're going in the water, so you're putting on a suit.
Situations, yeah.
Am I seeing that right, Jacob?
Based on very quick research, yeah. Because I mean, they're entirely watertight, and usually I don't think that's the type of stuff that they're wearing.
Okay.
Yeah. So just very sad story. Our hearts go out to his family, and obviously prayers for his kids and.
Well, his folks are asking. The film it's confirmed that they were filming. Discovery Channel was on the boat, and they were filming when this young man was swept overboard, went overboard. The family is asking that the network not air the tragedy.
You got to respect that. I mean, you got to understand that.
You should, of course. Do they gotta?
I
don't know.
I say gotta as in
being a human,
a normal person
with a soul,
want to respect if the parents.
But this is a TV network we're talking about. I don't mean to be facetious here, but
no, that's true.
I hope they make the right decision to respect the family's wishes. Of this young man's
there's an online fundraiser that his family has started. They're trying to raise money. They got an online thing started. They raised about $30,000 so far. This guy leaves behind kids. And if you're somebody who likes to donate to those types of things or has the ability to do so, you might think about that. But also, if you're part of a TV show, I mean, think about all the money that Discovery Channel has made on something like Deadliest Catch. That is one of their premier shows.
Yeah, it is. One of the longest running franchises.
And if one of your crew members on one of these boats that you're featuring happens to lose their life doing this, it would be great if they would step in.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Nice they would.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move on. Something else here. This is an interesting story. Did you see this? This family, this on SeattleRed.com. You guys can read about it there. There is a student. Her name is McKenna Simonson, who just graduated from the Edmonds School District. She finished her high school with a nearly perfect GPA, and her and her family are now suing the Edmonds School District because they say that they gave her a diploma. Basically, they called it a benevolent discrimination. They gave her a diploma, and she can't really read. They say she reads at the level of a first grader. She's part of a special needs program in the Edmonds School District, and because she now has a diploma, according to her family, she does now not qualify for this program that she was hoping to get into. Listen to this. I'm going to read you a little bit of this. This is from SeattleRed.com. Since she had already, the problem started when McKenna tried to sign up for a free program that helps special needs students learn how to live independently. Since she has already received her diploma, the district told her that she was no longer eligible for their free services. Instead, she now has to enroll in a similar program at Bellevue College, which is about $40,000 a year. A lot of money. Her lawyers argue the diploma was treated like a participation trophy that effectively locked her out of the support that she actually needed. And they say that by the time she finishes this program, she'll be about $160,000 in debt that her family doesn't have. Do you think this lawsuit is a good idea, Spike? Bad idea? What do you think?
I wish I knew more about this because if McKenna graduated from school with a 3.87, is that what I'm reading in the GPA there, right?
Something GPA. It's pretty good.
How does someone have a first grade reading level? What curriculum are offered by the Edmonds School District that doesn't somebody have a functioning capacity to read and still? I mean, was it? I know she's
She's in a special needs program.
Programs, and maybe that's what it is. Those are the curriculums that are involved.
Yeah, it doesn't say specifically what
she's seeking. She's seeking an educational opportunity to help live independently, which I totally respect. People with special needs who deserve every opportunity to be just one of us, a normal person. That's what they strive for their entire lives. But my question is, what does the Edmonds School District require of its students? I mean, did the family know that the program that McKenna was in, being geared toward a student of special needs, wasn't offering some very basic elemental educational components that you or I or any normal student, and I don't mean normal, I don't mean I'm not trying to be pejorative.
Dance around it. We all get what you mean.
Yeah. So if what McKenna was signed up to take and the course opportunities that she was given in the Edmonds School District, parents should have fully been well aware of what she was receiving and what she wasn't receiving in lieu of her education. I wish I knew more.
Yeah.
I mean, she's seeking now, first off, a 4-year program to live independently. Is $40,000 a year?
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Well, I mean, I need to know more about what that program is that she's signing up for at Bellevue College.
I would also say, though, I don't feel like it's setting a high bar to say that when somebody graduates with a near perfect GPA, they also have the ability to read. Right?
You don't think it's asking too much?
I don't think it's asking too much of the school district.
Exactly. What kind of program doesn't require somebody to read beyond a first grade level?
And also, what are the...
Even somebody doing tech work who's going to learn how to run a steam shovel or a grader.
What are the checks along the way, even in special needs program, which I know are and people are in the program who have varying degree of challenges. But what are the checks along the way where they say, hey, you know what? We got graduation coming up, McKenna. They obviously must know down the road what she's shooting for. That must have been a conversation. Hey, there'll be a transitionary time where you're probably going to want to get into a program so you can actually live independently outside of your parents' house, have a full life. And I'm wondering, was none of that considered as they were sitting there going like, all right, you're about to graduate,
giving her the diploma that disqualified her from these opportunities?
McKenna,
right? Yeah.
Let's make sure that you can read. I think the family is justified. And then again, you and I, it's a very cursory, quick, read of what the story is, but I think the family is pretty justified in at least asking the question, hey, Edmonds, why are you graduating kids with near perfect GPAs if they can't read? Like, what is a perfect GPA? If it's not, I mean, they say it's a benevolent discrimination. They describe it as a participation trophy, which it certainly sounds like. If you're giving somebody near perfect scores and they can't read.
Well, you hear all the time of kids just getting moved through the system.
Yeah, because teachers don't want to deal with them and they want to pass them on, so it's somebody else's problem.
Making some kicking the can down the road. And we're talking about human beings. Don't mean to be disrespectful or
but that's
insensitive.
exactly, we see that all the time.
But let me just ask the other side of the question though. Doesn't the family have some responsibility? If a child with special needs,
sure,
to understand that before the school gives me this diploma, what's the future look like? Shouldn't I be looking at the future before graduation day in the Edmonds School District, before that diploma is handed to them? Is this going to, what are these opportunities? What are the requirements? Is this diploma going to prohibit us from seeking this? I mean, it seems to me like they found this out after the fact, after McKenna graduated, it disqualified her from these opportunities. Shouldn't that be something a family should be looking into ahead of time?
I'm a firm believer, obviously, that families should be the largest part of your kid's education.
Well, you're advocate, and there's no stronger advocate for your kid than you.
And also, just, they're going to go and they're going to learn stuff. I'm a supporter of them learning very basic things. I think schools are trying to teach way more than they should be teaching. We may disagree on this, but like all the health stuff, all of that, those are conversations I'm happy to have with my kids. In fact, we're in a situation right now where we're looking down the road. They are sending us like, hey, guess what? Here's the curriculum coming up on health stuff that you're going to need to know, your kids are going to need to go through. We're going to need permissions to say these things to them. And
they give you a chance to opt out if you choose.
Give you a chance to opt out.
To handle these situations at home, these educational opportunities at home.
Yeah, like I'm a person, I've probably shared this story with you before, but my parents, when I started, I went to private school until I was in 8th grade, and then I went to public school for high school. And so in freshman year, health class, I was the only kid. Blindsided.
Yeah, my kid went the same way. Private K through 8.
Yep.
Public 9 through 12.
Public 9 through 12. And
Same at our house.
I'm sitting there in health class, and they're like, all right, here's what we're going to be doing, but you need to get your parents to sign this thing. And so I take it home to my parents.
Otherwise, you don't get a banana. If you know what I think you know the lesson I'm talking about.
Well, I don't, because my parents didn't sign it. I figured out how to have kids, so I think I figured it out.
See? It all works.
It all works out. And so I return the next week with the unsigned thing, and I'm sitting there, and the teacher said, I still remember the moment, because it was like one of those moments. And the teacher goes, all right, everybody who did not get this permission slip signed needs to go ahead and head off to independent study right now in the library, and you're basically just going to go read a book. And so I gathered my books and stood up, assuming there'll be a smattering of us.
Sure.
Nobody else. Crickets. And everybody's just like, Jake's not going to know what sex is.
Incredible.
And it was, did you have a similar experience, Jacob?
Well, I did get, my parents pulled me out or got,
opted
out. Thank you.
Yeah.
But no, there wasn't a moment where everyone went and and it was
public ridicule.
Why did she follow behind me ringing a bell? Shame.
Because ninth grade's so easy to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
It reminds me, too, my dad was on like free and reduced lunch, and it used to be like a separate line that you got in. So everyone knew that you were a kid who didn't have, his parents didn't have any money.
Yeah.
So in a few ways, I think it's good that we're not doing that type of stuff. But
yeah, they probably have changed things up a little bit, and kids are able to just you don't have to show up to class just to stand up and walk out. But I did that, and I figured it out. So yes, I think that my long-winded point is, I think the most important part of a kid being educated is coming out of the home. I'm happy the teachers are there to help out and to do the other stuff that they should be learning in school. I don't think they need to be learning nearly the amount of things that they have adopted into their curriculum.
Yeah, I think reading beyond a first grade level is more important than
let's read
land
good.
wars in Asia even.
Yes, let's read good before we're learning all of the sex stuff.
Yeah,
I would prefer my kids know how to read. I can teach them the other part. I understand the lawsuit.
But also be aware, though, there are a lot of families that don't want to have, that's uncomfortable and don't want to have these conversations. They're happy to have the schools take that on. For a lot of families, trust me, that's
I'll be
true.
honest with you, I don't get those people.
I
don't understand
I'm
them.
not asking to get
I
them.
don't understand a person who's not willing to have a conversation with your kid. Doesn't that seem strange?
No, it says a lot about you. I think it says wonderful things about you.
I had to have a hair conversation the other day with my oldest son. He just is laughing the whole time. I'm like, you're gonna get some hair in some weird places.
Oh, it's not a comb. It wasn't a combing.
No, it's not a combing hair.
Yeah. The scream from the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. Mom! He's like, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it where? And I'm like, nah, it's years away. Don't worry about it. You're Norwegian. It'll be a while. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We're gonna talk to a guy who bought a dinosaur head from the Pacific Science Center next. It's gonna be great.
Something we dreamed of when the opportunity was there.
He's gone out. He's living our dream. We'll talk to him next. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Big Trees is Washington's premier tree sales and transplant company. Looking for a big selection of big trees? Visit Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly. Big Trees.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi?
And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025. Actual speeds vary. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial cable.
Hey, it's Jake Skorheim. March is the start of spring, as we all know, and my outdoor to-do list is already growing. Fortunately, Valentine Roofing has my back and yours when it comes to checking off those honey-do list jobs. And with Valentine's huge March promotion, they're not only going to take care of you this year, they have you covered for next year, too. This month only, you can get a free year of roof maintenance when you purchase a new roof. Then you can enjoy seasonal checkups and professional care to keep your new roof looking its best. Plus, they have flexible financing with payments as low as $159 a month. And the Valentine experience, as we all know, seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. So it's no surprise that Valentine Roofing was voted 2025 Gold Best Roofing Company in the Seattle Times Best in the Pacific Northwest Awards. To take advantage of Valentine's free year of roof maintenance when you purchase a new roof, call 206 Roofing. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Find your pot of gold at Lake Washington Windows and Doors with savings up to 20% on new windows and doors for your home. Plus, enjoy easy 12-month same-as-cash financing. Strike gold today. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. If you've ever been to a parade in the Seattle area in years past, you've probably seen the pink tow truck. The man who created it, Ed Lincoln, has died at 84. Lincoln founded Lincoln Towing and turned it into a Pacific Northwest powerhouse. But it was the truck shaped like a giant pink foot that made him a local legend. His family says he treasured every smile that truck inspired. Lincoln also wrote a memoir in 2010 called Life Through the Rearview Mirror. He's survived by his wife Connie of 60 years and a large family. The national average for a gallon of gas has jumped 34 cents since last week. AAA tied the increase directly to the war against Iran. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
We know that half of the price at the pump derives from crude oil. Crude oil prices are up. Therefore, the prices at the pump are going to continue to rise, maybe 30, 40, 50 cents a gallon. So maybe we're not going to get to $5, but $3.50 or $4 a gallon nationally, that would be a lot. So yes, go out and fill up that tank this weekend and stop driving as much if possible.
Washington's average gas prices went up 4 cents overnight. A 30-mile high-speed chase on I-5 ended miraculously with no deaths in Centralia. On Tuesday, the suspect's vehicle crashed into the median and flipped over, then skidded hundreds of feet. This man and his wife tell KIRO 7 TV they had a split second to avoid crashing into it.
My wife was amazing. She had just a fraction of a second to make all those decisions and get out of the way.
The crashing car had a toddler in it without a car seat, but they were not injured. 3 adults in that car were, and were also arrested on multiple charges. Nights are getting later in Olympia as the legislative session enters its final days.
The consent of the House will now adjourn until nearly 8 hours from now at 9:30 a.m., Friday, March 6th. the 54th legislative day. You can go to sleep here and get a full 8 hours in if you'd like. Hearing no objections, so ordered.
The big debate was over House Bill 5974, which would change law enforcement hiring standards. It would also create a way for a state commission to remove elected sheriffs. That bill was passed with amendments and will go back to the Senate for approval. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic with Lori.
We have a new accident westbound 520. It's right before Montlake Boulevard, and it's in the right lane. Bellevue to Seattle on 520, a minute slower than usual, 11 minutes if you take I-90. Westbound 18 at Weyerhaeuser, we've got an accident in the left lane. I am seeing heavy traffic both directions of 405 as you head through Renton. Right now, 25 minutes Federal Way to Seattle and Federal Way to Tacoma. Well, that's just about a 9-minute drive. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. Scattered showers all day, and our high will make it into the low 50s, 47 overnight. The weekend has a mix of showers and sunshine and highs into the mid to upper 50s. A light sprinkle and 50 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. I am very excited to welcome to our show right now as the next guest, R.B. Wick, who you probably don't know because I didn't know him until just right now. But
Look at him. There he is.
R.B., welcome to the show.
Hey. Hi, thank you. I feel very welcomed.
R.B., you have done some. You are living Spike in my dream. There was a story a while ago about how the Pacific Science Center, the dinosaurs that we all grow up going and visiting, basically fell into disrepair, and it was too expensive to keep patching them up and to keep them working.
They were turning the page. The Science Center was going to turn the page from this era of their history.
And so they decided they were going to put them up for auction. And I mean, I remember at the time we were both like, what kind of a genius?
Is that what we said? what would it take is what we said.
Yeah, what would it cost to buy something like this? And also, how do you transport something like this? You have now gone out and you are living many people's dreams. What is this behind you? Is this what is this?
That's the Stegosaurus that was in the Science Center. So this is the head, right? And it's huge.
How did you decide to do this? What happened? How did you get that dinosaur to your house?
Well, okay, my wife sent me a link that said, hey, the Science Center is going to be auctioning off the dinosaurs. I'm like, why are they doing this? I slept underneath this guy as a child. So did my wife.
My wife would have sent me divorce papers, by the way.
That was going to be my next question. Like, are you married? How is it possible you were able to do this?
Hey, we both slept under it when we were like 6 years old, and so I posted this on social media, and I probably gotten a dozen people saying, I also stayed underneath that thing as a child. So there's a lot of nostalgia here for the Pacific Northwest and my wife and I. And so when I saw it come up for sale, I mean, the shop that I'm in, I own the Bellingham Coin Shop, and we're very eclectic and odd and strange. I mean, it makes for an interesting life. And I was like, I have to have it. I can't let it go. And I mean, there was a limit, but anyway, I just kept bidding on it. And now it gets to hang out in my shop, and we're going to mount it above the door. It just has a lot of nostalgic value to me. So, and my wife.
So let me take people back. When the auction happened, your wife sends you this link. Did she okay? Did you guys have a discussion behind the scenes? Like, all right, how badly do we want this? How much are we willing to spend?
She gave you a
this?
budget?
She didn't give me a budget. She trusts me.
God, you married well.
Say you figured something
really
out.
Did, man.
My eclecticness has made a good life for us. So
good deal.
So you have? Did you say the Bellingham Coin Shop? Is that where you have this?
Yeah.
So if people wanted to come and see this in person, this is where they would go.
Yeah, they'd come into the shop here. We got stuff all over the place. So we got my friend Fred above me.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, you're walking around. For anybody who's not seeing this, he is on the live stream right now. You guys should always be watching the live stream. If you're not, you can go to YouTube and watch this or through the KIRO Radio app. It looks like a pretty eclectic place. I mean, it looks like kind of a curiosity shop almost. Is that kind of the point?
Oh, it is. Yeah. Oh, we do with way more than coins. Like I don't know if you heard of Forrest Fenn, a guy, antique dealer, hid $2 million worth of treasure. I have a big giant medallion that came out of his treasure chest that was 200 to 600 AD from Colima, Colombia, made of 22 karat gold.
What?
So the ancients would have been wearing that. Oh, if you guys come up, I'll show you.
Did you find that treasure? I remember following that news story.
No, I didn't. Once again, it came up for auction, and I made a move.
Do you have any fear of, like, curses or spirit world? I mean, you've got so much history in your shop, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think that I just figure that I have so much of it that it averages out. So
good juju, bad juju.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
We're talking with RB Wick, who bought the Triceratops head, one of the dinosaurs from the Pacific Science Center.
I got to ask, did they make you buy the whole Stegosaurus, or were they piecing it out at the end, or what happened? Because I could probably afford. I could afford the butt.
Well, I wish they would have gave me that option. I would have taken that too. But this is which is funny because now that I bought this, I have a friend that sent me a link to the Ace Ventura rhinoceros.
Oh, the rhino.
Yes, so that's actually on
that was my next. That was my next question to you.
That's going up for auction. I think the last bid the starting bid was $2,000, which actually feels like a steal for that thing.
It's at $13,000 now.
Okay, well, I don't know if I'd pay $13,000. That's a lot of money. Plus, you got to ship a rhino. How do you ship a rhino?
I put in a quote for shipping just in case.
Did you make a bid on it?
No, I didn't bid on it yet. I didn't know how much it cost.
Smart bidders wait till the end. You don't play around early yet. Come on.
That's what I did with this thing. This thing. I figured out how the bidding worked, and I was like, "Oh, I just need to take my time," and so I did. And yeah.
Are you willing to show? I mean, the audience is going to be asking. I mean, we're already getting text messages. How much does this guy pay for a fake dinosaur head?
It's real in my heart, man. It's $3,900. Is about somewhere in that range.
That's a fantastic. That's way less than I thought it would have gone for.
Dude, as far as like something that's historic and nostalgic for like both of you and I and every other listener here that's been in the Pacific Northwest, this was a deal. Yeah.
How did you get it? I mean, did they ship it to you? Did you have to go and pick it up? What were the terms?
We had to go pick it up. They were very clear on that. So technically the dinosaur was free. I was just making a donation.
Oh, okay.
Fair. That's cool. And you give it, you buy it, you transport it. Okay. Do you have any kind of like archival photos of the dinosaur in its natural habitat at the Pacific Science Center?
So I don't yet, but what I do, once again, the beauty of social media, the person that actually installed this exhibit and painted the murals and did the whole deal contacted me, and he has original like drawings that include this guy. So I'm working on getting those from him so that I can have those alongside.
When people come up to the Bellingham coin shop, and they see this beautiful piece of Seattle history, and this of natural history, this dinosaur head, it'd be nice to have the context of at one point it roamed free about the Seattle Center, or it stayed stationary in the Seattle Center.
I love it, and I would invite any of your listeners if they have any old footage or photos, please send it to me. I would love to put that with it.
Does this guy have a name? RB? Do you? I mean, people lovingly name these from time to time.
We have not named it yet, which coincidentally. I don't think this is. I just had a kid 5 days ago. His name is Rex. That's my wife chose the name. I don't.
You're a new dad.
We were buying. Yes.
Congratulations.
Wow. Yes. Congratulations to Rex.
Thanks. So if anybody has a T-Rex, though, we probably would add that to.
You just had a child 5 days ago, and you named your child Rex, and you also own a dinosaur head, but it's not a T-Rex. It's a Triceratops, right?
I know. So I feel like I need to have another child.
Or a dog and name him Dino.
And
get a dog and name him Dino.
Name your next child Triceratops.
Yeah.
Sarah, if it's a girl.
That's my wife's name is Sarah.
Look at you. You were born for this, man.
I know.
You're probably
That's why I had to buy the dino. I'm telling you, man. There was just too many, I have to buy it.
Are you a big Jurassic Park fan?
Oh, I love Jurassic Park. Yes.
Do you have any other kids, or is Rex your first child?
I have Sterling. He's sitting right here being a good 2-year-old.
Named after the coin half of your loves.
What is your So my
you want to know his name?
What?
His name is Sterling.
Sterling middle name Bullion? What do you?
No. My dad passed away 3 months before he was born, so we
Buddy.
took my dad's middle name.
That's very sweet.
My dad's first name is his middle name. Yeah.
So I also have a 2-year-old, almost 2 years old, and my 8-year-old was walking around the house in one of those inflatable costumes. This is what it's like when you have tiny kids in the house.
The dinosaur?
This morning, one of those inflatable costumes that he had for Halloween last year, and then now he just wears it on a Friday morning before school. And my 2-year-old was like, he's very afraid of it. So whenever my 8-year-old
chases the 2-year-old.
Yeah, my 8-year-old runs at him like a dinosaur, and he kind of yells at him and waves him off. Is Sterling? Have any little kids? I mean, that's a very real looking dino head behind you. Are they afraid of it?
Sterling, are you scared of this dinosaur? Nope.
No, he's cool.
Awesome.
Oh, he's cool with it. No, my kid sees all kinds of crazy things. So
he's going to be fine. Yeah. Good job. You're raising him right.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
His dad's wearing a top hat right now. So
doing a media work with a top hat in front of a dinosaur head. That's what every father does. It's so boring at your house.
My kid calls this daddy hat. So
daddy, nice. Look at God, you're doing a great job.
You look like you're about to take Punxsutawney Phil out of his.
Well, I would buy if somebody has a stuffed Punxsutawney Phil. Feel free to offer him. I will put him up in the shop.
Perfect.
I got a golf club a head cover that's shaped like a gopher. I swear, from Caddyshack. It was a promotional piece for the movie. Was that a business expense? You writing that off on your taxes? Decorating the shop?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I love this guy.
It's gonna go right above the door, so you see it when you don't see it when you come in, but you see it when you go out.
Oh.
I love it.
You're my spirit animal, buddy.
RB Wick. You guys can check that out at, is it Bellingham Rare Coins?
Bellingham Coin Shop.
Bellingham Coin Shop. Bellingham Coin Shop. Thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for buying that thing. It's pretty cool.
Congratulations on the new arrival. To your both new arrivals to your family.
Yeah, congrats. Congrats on little baby
Be well,
Rex.
gentlemen.
You too, my friend.
All right, we'll keep in touch. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
KIRO Newsradio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
Two competing budget proposals. Senators want to be aggressive, they say.
Traffic.
We have a stall on westbound 16.
Conversation.
If they pass this thing and Governor Ferguson signs it into law, I think there's going to be a mass political sea change in Washington State.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They're bringing it home again.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel. KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly with nationwide 5G because Cricket is on the AT&T network. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. For service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
there's no beating CM Heating.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
High five. Up top. Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Heck yeah! He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes! The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
John Curley here. Last year was one of the hottest on record. Did you know a heat pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you efficient heating and cooling year-round for the price of paying for air conditioning? Don't wait. Call the comfort people. Home Comfort Alliance. HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Gray whales are back in the Salish Sea. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers guaranteed whale watching tours departing from Edmonds. Don't miss Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Welcome back to the show. Lots of stuff to get to today. Here's an interesting one. I feel like I don't understand this because this has overwhelming support. Listen to this. This bill passed in the Senate. It passed 49-0, and in the House 92-1 on final passage. Senate Bill 6091, sponsored by Mark Elias from Edmonds.
My guy, yeah.
Your guy.
We've had him on our show.
We've had him on the show.
Yeah.
Nice enough guy. I don't agree with everything he says politically, but he seems like a nice enough guy. He's willing to talk about it, so kudos to him. But he has this bill that is taking aim at pocket listings in real estate. And essentially what he says private real estate listings make our housing market less fair. Number one, quick aside, this is me talking, not Leah's. Anytime somebody says make something less fair, my hackles go up a little bit. I'm just like, who's defining fair? So that's a little bit to do with my reaction to this. But anyway, I continue. He says, and my bill will ensure all renters and buyers have equal access to the market when they're looking for the next place to call home. So here's how his bill would work. Under the bill, and Linwood Times wrote up a great piece on this. Under the bill, brokers would not be allowed to market or sell private real estate to a limited or exclusive group of people unless the property is also marketed concurrently to the general public through someplace like, you think about like the Northwest
multi-listings.
MLS.
Yeah.
So you would have to do that. You still have the option of selling to, I assume, you still have the option to sell whoever wants to buy your house.
Yeah, I don't think
Usually
they can.
It's going to be the highest bidder.
Yeah.
I don't think they can tell you who you have to sell it to. They're just saying you have to have access to it. I had a real negative response to this. I did not like this. I don't like it.
How come?
Because it's not their property. The state doesn't own the property. Why do they get to tell you how you sell it? Who cares? It's your property. If you want to sell it privately to someone, and you don't want it to go into the main market or the mass market and available to everybody, you're likely going to get less. I mean, the motivation to list it for everyone is that hopefully you have many interested parties.
Open the market.
You open the market. Yeah. Maybe you even have multiple bidders on a property.
Sure.
You get a bidding war
dream
situation.
Scenario, yes.
Best for you. Or you choose that you don't want to do that, and that's your choice.
Yeah, but the problem here is, and the reason that it received, what was it, 49 to nothing in the Senate and 92-1 in the House, right? This says, that's unanimous consent. One person voted against it in the House. What about, I don't want to sell it to those kind of people. That's what this is. I think that's what this is really about.
What does that mean?
Well, people of color, maybe. Red line, because
that's just ridiculous.
No, buddy. I wish it were ridiculous.
Spike, what world do you live in where people are not selling homes because they're racist? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. You don't think that exists anymore? Do you know
where we live?
Yes, I do.
Do you know where the region that we live in? How often do you think it happens that somebody says, "Oh, I'm not going to sell to that person because I don't like the color of their skin"?
I don't think it happens all the time. I'm not saying it doesn't have to happen a percentage.
Why does it need government oversight? Why do you need to change laws?
Because if one person does it, it's too much.
Who says it's even happening? I'm not saying it could never happen. I'm just saying that this is fundamentally taking away somebody's right to sell their house how they want to sell their house.
Well, no, they can still sell it how they want to sell, but they have to make it available. You can't hide it from.
There's no penalties.
You can't hide it from a certain group.
It's not.
Well,
show me evidence they're hiding it from a certain group. I mean, I wasn't going to get this big in my response, but you're making the statement.
Well,
so show me evidence that they're doing that.
Since it's got such overwhelming support, okay? I don't think it's about finances. I don't think it's about market share. I think it's about anti-discrimination.
Here's what I think it's about.
When you look at exclusive listings, where to just a select group, a select group of people, right?
Sure.
I mean, I love that you're looking at it from a most morals point of view. But trust me when I say there's people out there.
Racism never even crossed my mind.
Well, I'm happy for you. You're a lucky guy.
You think that this is all driven by racism?
That's not what I said.
What's the main effect then? What's the main thing?
Equality, fairness. To an open market for people who might not have access to certain markets. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's get Elias on. Maybe my fear that they're looking out to find the last racist living in the Great Northwest, make sure he didn't exclude colored people from buying his house.
Here's what I think they're doing. Here's what I think they're doing. In our state, we have now seen that they want to start a new thing where you have to get an energy efficiency thing. Where was this at? Which county was this? Skagit County? I can't remember.
They want to do the energy rating on your home.
They want to do an energy rating on your home that you're not even allowed to list your home until they come in.
Yeah.
You pay them to come in and do an assessment on the environmental rating ability of your home. Mm-hmm. You cannot even list your house. Your private property, you're not even allowed to list it. And now they're telling you you're not even allowed to sell it unless you go onto another platform where you have to pay money to do that. How much does it cost to list a house? $800-900?
I don't know.
Okay, let's say it does. Small percentage, whatever. In the grand scheme of what it costs to sell a house, not a ton of money, still your choice.
Yeah.
There's also a $500 penalty. If you were to sell your house and you're not listing it and you want to do a pocket listing, they want to penalize you for that. So they're taking more money out of your pocket.
The only downside here is you spend $500 to avoid the law?
You could spend $500 to avoid the law. You can get penalized. But, it drives me crazy. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
Oh, for some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know where we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Why RV? Because there's so much to see, to experience, to explore. Because getting there is as much fun as being there. See all the new models and talk to experts at the Seattle RV Show, March 12th through 15th, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Find your pot of gold at Lake Washington Windows and Doors with savings up to 20% on new windows and doors for your home. Plus, enjoy easy 12-month same-as-cash financing. Strike gold today. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump demands Iran's unconditional surrender, as CBS's Eleanor Watson reports.
Multiple sources tell CBS News that Russia is providing Iran with information about U.S. positions in the region. A partnership between Iran and Russia is not necessarily new. We saw Iran provide hundreds of Shahed drones, the type of drones it makes, to Russia for Russia to use in Ukraine. But so far in this war, this is the first involvement of some sort of Russian information, and that brings in another party into this war that does threaten to expand.
The president today has been meeting with defense contractors at the White House to discuss weapons supplies amid the U.S.-led war against Iran. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt on the president's long-held position.
The president's aggressive and fierce support for rapidly increasing the ability of U.S. manufacturers to produce American-made weapons.
Thousands of Iranians gathered in Tehran to mourn Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who was killed in strikes last weekend. The conflict with Israel and the United States is in its seventh day. Oil closed up 12% today, and Halima Croft with RBC Capital Markets says the slowdown in commercial traffic through the Strait of Hormuz as the Iran war rages on could result in an international energy crisis.
20% of global energy flows on a daily basis go through the Strait of Hormuz. You do not have ships and insurers at this point willing to go through that critical waterway.
An emotional send-off in Chicago for late civil rights leader, the Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., from supporters, presidents, and the community. CBS's Allison Keyes reports.
Former President Bill Clinton told the crowd to think about what Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. did that moved them most, and
what can I do right now that would maybe be as good as what he did then?
Former President Obama.
His voice calls on each of us to be heralds of change.
Allison Keyes, CBS News.
New data shows American employers unexpectedly cut 92,000 jobs last month, a sign that the labor market remains under strain. CBS News senior business analyst Jill Schlesinger reports.
The federal government lost an additional 10,000 jobs. Since peaking back in October of 2024, the federal government has shed 330,000 positions, or 11% of its workforce.
The unemployment rate has jumped to 4.4%. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
The legislative session is in overtime with one bill passing at 1 a.m. More on that coming up. But first, we say hello to Lori at the KIRO Newsradio Traffic Desk.
The collision westbound 520 right at Montlake Boulevard has cleared the roadway, so easy drive now. Bellevue to Seattle on 520, just 13 minutes, 11 on I-90. Now, Bellevue to Everett, a little bit of a different story. We're seeing about a 10-minute slowdown. Two collisions cleared, both north and southbound 405 right near 527. Seattle to Everett, it's going to take you 7 minutes longer than usual at 48 minutes, and it's a 47-minute drive Seattle to Tacoma. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Overnight in the State House, lawmakers passed a controversial bill that would allow a state commission to remove elected sheriffs. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun.
It passed around 1 a.m. this morning after 8 hours of debate. No Republicans voted for this bill, and some Democrats joined Republicans to vote against it. That includes Representatives Clyde Shavers, Marie Leavitt, Addison Richards, and Amy Whalen. Right now, a recall election is the only way to get rid of a sheriff. This bill would allow the state's Criminal Justice Training Commission to remove them instead if the sheriff or police chief failed to enforce certain laws.
The bill goes back to the Senate for approval of amendments. We are in the final days of the legislative session. A $5 million settlement is coming from a Hanford contractor accused of fraud. According to federal prosecutors, Hanford Mission Integration Solutions billed for labor even when employees were idle for years. Claims say some of those workers passed the time napping or watching television. Seattle-based e-bike maker Rad Power Bikes has a new owner. Life Electric Vehicles announced yesterday that it's completed its acquisition of the company. Rad Power was valued at more than $1.6 billion back in 2021, but the company has filed for bankruptcy back in December. The Puget Sound Business Journal reports Life EV's winning bid came in at about $15 million. The new owner says it plans to keep the Rad Power brand and expand its retail presence. Getting around Bothell is not going to be easy this weekend. All lanes of 405 will be closed around State Route 522 starting 6 p.m. tomorrow until 4 a.m. Monday. WashDOT's Lauren Penning says workers are removing a ramp over the freeway.
We know it's going to be really challenging for people because we're closing down 405 in both directions. That's not something that we do very often, but it is required in order to get these portions of the ramp down safely.
Detours will be in place, but Penning says drivers should add at least an hour to their trips in the area during peak times. 405 will also be closed in that same area next weekend. A new pickleball club is coming to Ballard. The Puget Sound Business Journal reports a local businessman plans to open a 5-court facility in the old Joanne store on Northwest 57th Street. The space has been empty since the craft chain went bankrupt and closed last April. Pat Gilbro, the former owner of Ballard Health Club, says he's been eyeing the building for nearly 30 years. He calls it a chance to finally do something nice with a space that was always a mess. Ballard Pickleball Club is expected to open this fall. And now your weather update. Scattered showers all day, a high in the low 50s. The weekend calls for a mix of sun and showers with highs in the mid-50s. Overnight lows tonight and tomorrow in the upper 40s, but back into the 30s starting Sunday night. 52 and light rain over downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. All right, this is the time of day where we look back and pat ourselves on the back for all of our hard work throughout the week, and we laugh at stories or we cry at stories that we've already covered. In all seriousness, we do a lot of stuff on the show. Sometimes it's fun just to go back and rehash some stuff that we don't feel like we got to do enough of.
Plus, there's the
Burger Wars.
There's also, I know folks, we'd love them to be here 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
We'd love that, to share this with as many people as possible.
Is that too much to ask?
Sometimes it is.
That you just tune in for 3 hours every single day and you never miss a show?
1/8 of your life. That's all we ask for, people. 1/8 of your life.
Is that too much? I don't think so.
So when we get to recap some of our favorite stories of the week, it may be something that you may have missed earlier in the week because you didn't get to be here for the entire show. So make sure you don't miss out on this story.
Yeah. Laura's not with us today. Jacob's with us, and he is probably not going to participate in this segment because obviously that would require that he was
listening to the show.
He's a very busy guy.
Could be asking a lot.
We don't want to hold him to that. But Spike, do you want to start? Do you have one that you want to jump into with this?
I do. And there's no audio from it. I hope that's not. I know we usually play audio from the stories that we love.
Audio.
One of the stories I loved this week was the return of the original Star Wars to theaters.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays the theater experience. We had a story yesterday with this iPic, the high-end Redmond theater, the luxury theater, the luxury experience is going away because it's just, you know, in this economic environment.
Yep.
People can't afford to spend a couple $100 to go out and just to watch a movie, even no matter how nice the tots are. Tater tots. Star Wars is coming back to theaters in all its 1977 glory.
No digital crap.
Exactly.
That's what they should call this. Without all the digital crap.
Crap free.
Yes.
It's as intended.
No Jabba the Hutt sliding himself around, talking to Han before he all of that. Ridiculous. Right. Ridiculous.
No, it's the thing that a generation fell in love with, as enthralled by. Mm-hmm. And that's who it's for. That's who this is for.
Practical effects, puppetry. That's what Star Wars was. It looked real because it was real. And then they went back in 1997 when they re-released all of them.
And they fixed it in post.
Well, they
digitized everything.
They were in the very baby infancy of graphics.
Yes.
CGIs. And they said, hey, you know what would be really fun? Let's just add a bunch of stuff to this piece of art that's already done in paint. It's like somebody going to the Mona Lisa and being like, she needs a hat. Let's give her a hat.
It's fixing it on the wall of the Louvre.
Exactly.
Yes,
it's so dumb.
That's great.
And they did that, and they gave us all these little pieces, you know, that you don't need. I don't need a womp rat running through the screen.
Exactly. Or schlocking through. Where was the bar?
Yeah, on
it's Tatooine.
And what's it called?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that place was, a Scum of Five Villainy.
Hive of Scum and Villainy. Yeah. And when the X-Fighter was going to shoot, like shooting wombats in Beggar's Canyon, right? When they're trying to find the exhaust port of the Death Star, that was a model.
Yeah,
that was a model made by craftsmen. It wasn't made by a kid at a desk just typing on a keyboard.
You can go
creating files.
You should go and watch. There's a documentary on all this. I think it's called Industrial Light and Magic because that's who did that. That's the name of the company.
That's Lucas's company. Yeah,
but it's about how they created all those things, which they really didn't know how to do before they were tasked with doing it.
Right.
And so the tiny little models that they use, it's so cool. And it's funny because I told this story to my wife earlier this week when we were, we had done it on the show. And
both you and I drooling over this story all day that day.
Yeah. So they're going to re-release this next year in 2027, I believe in February. I could be wrong about that, but they're going to release in 2027.
50th anniversary.
50 years since the original.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No, you just steal my thunder. It's amazing that
50 years.
50 years. And so anyway, we went back and the kids were like, "Oh, let's watch New Hope." So I got really excited. So we went back and watched, on Disney Plus.
By the way, the original didn't have Chapter 4, New Hope. That was added in '93.
What was it called originally? Just Star Wars?
Yeah, and it scrolled up a long time ago. First thing you saw a long time ago in
it didn't say Episode 4.
Nope, not until 1993.
I've been living a lie this entire time.
In 1977, it just said long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And then the scroll.
That's amazing.
The Rebel Alliance and the plans, the Death Star plans have been, the rebellion, blah, blah, blah.
As the Rebels, as the
Imperial
Star
Cruiser,
or whatever it was, overtakes.
Yes.
It was a beautiful piece of artwork. And anyway, we're watching it, and it got to that scene where Luke's finally going, and he's like attacking the Death Star, and he's just like he keeps mentioning Womp Rats. Like, it's no bigger than the hole in Womp Rats. Like, shut
Bagging
up,
Womp Rats in Beggar's Canyon. Yes.
Yeah, we get what's going to happen. And when they do that shot of him flying through and you hear, what's his face? I use the Force, Luke. That's all practical. And it's a tiny camera. And if you go and watch this documentary, how they made it so cool, They literally are flying a camera through, and they can obviously like speed it up and stuff, so it makes it look like it's faster. But they're flying a camera through what was a practical, real 3D model that they made in order to be that little, whatever that canal was that they fly through in the Death Star. And it's just the ingenuity that they had back then because they had to have it. And now you could just say, like, hey, AI, make like a cool thing, and it just instantly makes it.
And when we had the story earlier in the week, and I'll ask it again because this may be a new audience, who's this for? I know it's just for me and you and our generation. Yes, the re-release.
Yeah.
It's us reliving our youth. But because do kids have any?
My kids
will they be mesmerized by this in the theater?
Yeah,
cool.
We're going to go see it. They'll be excited about it. Yeah. But they just want to see it on the big screen. They've never seen a Star Wars on the big screen.
That's half the beauty of a movie is the experience of seeing the movie in a big theater.
I'm going to play this clip. I hadn't planned on playing it, but I'm going to play this clip. I have this. This is John Williams, who obviously he did the main title and music, everything from Star Wars. That's his music.
That's his. Yeah.
You name a movie that you loved in the I would say like the 1970s through modern times, and if you really, really connected with that music and you love that music, there's a very good chance that that's John Williams that is making you love it. Or any movie. I mean, name a movie that was massively successful and Home Alone, Jaws, all these different movies. John Williams is the through line on these different things. And this was him talking with CNN's Chris Wallace. This is back in 2024, but talking about creating the theme to Star Wars. I thought this would be kind of fun, Spike.
I got to say, I saw the movie when it came out in the 70s. I'd never heard anything like that. What was your thought of what you wanted to achieve there, and how did you go about it, both in terms of the music you composed and how you orchestrated it?
Well, I really worked backwards, Chris, because this piece is the last piece I wrote in the process of writing an hour and a half of music and so on, because I couldn't seem to get a sort of heraldic theme that had the heroic aspect of it that the orchestra could present in a short period of time. Like we'd have 2 hours to play a symphony and have a finale to it. And I finally, in desperation, really, just worked out this thing which jumps a fifth, dom, beam, that do, sol, da-da-da-dee, up, jumping up to do again, an octave higher. If I had a piano, I could show you. That seemed to me to be a direct, strong, heroic, clear, sonorous sound from the orchestra. And I smile when I hear it. There's just this is an inside thing. And it is a particularly electrifying brass interpretation that I don't know how much credit I can take for that, but the great brass section of the London Symphony.
What a genius.
Excited over, maybe not me conducting them, but the arrival of their new principal trumpet in this heraldic phrase.
That guy, God bless John Williams.
My daughter walked down the aisle at her wedding to the theme from Jurassic Park.
Really?
Yes. I mean, it took the crowd a moment to. She had it rearranged for piano and string.
Sure.
She had a pianist and an accompanist there.
It'd been so cool if at the very end she gets up to the altar. And I've met your son-in-law; he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But like, somebody dressed as a T-Rex comes out, so pops out, gobbles them up,
rips through the congratulations banner.
Yes. Yes. Just beautiful music, John Williams.
It was beautiful. So. I'm walking my kid down the aisle to this.
This must have been.
It was amazing because John Williams is a gift from God.
He's a gift from God. Yeah.
Was the ring bearer wearing one of those inflatable dinosaur suits?
That was sweet.
Missed that opportunity.
Tiny little, beautiful piece of music. John Williams. If you want to dive down a rabbit hole, just like,
yeah,
this guy. This is an anecdotal story, so I probably shouldn't share it. But John Williams, I saw this special on him, and he was talking about he lost his wife. John Williams did years ago, and it was like a very dark, sad time. And then somebody reached out to him about because he was kind of stuck in. He was doing well. He was doing a lot of TV theme songs, but he wasn't in like features yet. And then he had the opportunity to work with Steven Spielberg, and he started doing Jaws. And Jaws like kicked everything off for him. And then like he was in a very dark space, and he's able to use these dark times to and the music to move through into a different space in his life and just
to heal.
Heal, and just the beauty of what this guy has created, like lasting all of time. I mean, this music is so wonderful. Anyway, I'm very excited about it. It's going to be fun. We didn't intend on talking about Star Wars this much. Can I tell you another cool thing about Star Wars?
Sure. That's why it's my Friday favorite, man. I can tell you this is a great story for me.
Do you know that George Lucas, talk about like betting on yourself and like, he made the first movie. He gave up, this is cool, he sacrificed a $500,000 director's salary for the sequel and merchandising rights to Star Wars. So George Lucas, like, famously maintained the rights to all of the toys and everything, which at the time they didn't really even think was like, it probably won't be that valuable. Because they didn't know it was going to be such a massive hit. So the second movie, he funded himself. Did you know that? He paid out of pocket for the second film?
I did not know that.
He made that himself.
That's Empire, right?
Empire.
That might be the best one of them all.
Which might be the best movie of all of them.
And he owns every toy.
And so
every lunchbox.
So the first Star Wars was so successful. Yeah, the first Star Wars was so successful. He made so much money on it. He was able to self-fund the second movie, which cost about $33 million to make. And then years later, he ends up selling the whole thing to Disney for $4 billion or something at the time. And
by the way, did I have a fever dream, or is there really a Tauntaun sleeping bag?
I haven't seen that, but I
saw a picture of that. I don't know if somebody created it. I mean, it's literally because you open it up and it's all red and gooey on the lining of the bag.
That's great.
The outside of the bag has a head for a pillow.
Does it come with
and
a
it's
smell?
white fur? I don't know.
I mean, Walmart does sell one.
Really?
Not red and gooey inside.
Well, no, maybe it's got a red lining like the inside of a Tauntaun would, if you knew anything.
That's fantastic. I want one of those. All right, we spent enough time on Star Wars. Have we done it?
Sorry, I ate up the whole
thing.
thing.
It's all right. This is my favorite story of the week, which we're almost out of time for, but it's worth noting here. Two things. The DOL had a huge data breach 6 years ago. You talked to the lawyer who's actually part of the lawsuit.
We talked to Joel Ard, who's heading what will be a class action lawsuit because the DOL breached security for 6 years, left us wide open to identity theft.
It's not like they didn't know it. They knew, according to the story and according to the lawyer, according to the lawsuit, they were aware of the breach.
They sent out warnings.
They sent out warnings to people. You might have been blah, 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 blah.
You may want to check with your local law enforcement.
And then he says, no, they knew that these people, they knew that these people had been affected. And then they didn't fix the problem for 6 years, which means that every single person who used the system in the last 6 years, and if you've renewed your license anytime online in the last 6 years, you might also be a person who's part of this. You may not know yet, but you might be. So there's a lawsuit against them now, and could be a class action lawsuit. So he's actually building up to that right now. And he says that they did not even, once they found out that they had a problem, he says they didn't fix anything.
It seems like this is one of the reasons they decided not to follow state law and notification is that they didn't fix the problem. And you hate to notify people, hey, by the way, your identity might be stolen, might be at risk, and still is. We're just going to leave it hanging out there in the wind.
They eventually finally had to close the door. However hackers were getting in, they figured out how to close it. But the crazy part to me is that you would not bend over backwards to make people aware of this. The only motivation I can think for not telling people is because you didn't want it to reflect poorly on you. I can't imagine another thing. Like, obviously, it's a very serious thing. If somebody's, information has been hacked,
of course,
it's now being sold on the dark web.
Yep.
I don't even know how to get to the dark web.
And when we had Joel Ard, that attorney we just played for you on, it also came up in that segment that, people who buy information, addresses, stalkers, exes with restraining orders, that put people's, not just their livelihoods or their financial history or their credit scores, but their safety at risk. 6 years at DOL sat on this.
And tell the audience, too, the crazy obvious case of fraud that was happening or a hack that was happening.
This came to the DOL's attention when they mailed 75 different licenses, different names and photos to the same address, all ordered by the same email address and mailed to the same apartment, all paid for with different credit cards, which were with those, burner credit cards.
Sure.
You load up a $50 Visa, and then it's done when you're done.
Or you could have stolen a credit card.
Or you could have stolen it. But when they mailed 75 licenses to the same apartment, they figured out something might be wrong here.
It's a really big apartment.
Yeah, and then for 5.5 years more, they didn't fix the system.
That's the craziest part. All right, and then because this dovetails so perfectly with that story, this is also what happened at the DOL, which apparently also went on for a number of years. If you were to call the DOL, and I think they offer 10 different languages.
Yeah, that's one of the wonderful services that the DOL offers in the state, because so many people come, and maybe English isn't your first language if you're new to the country, new to the state.
Yeah.
And they want to make it easy for folks to interact with that system.
Hopefully at some point you learn the language.
Well, sure you do, sure. Yeah.
But if you're just here and you got to get your paperwork and all the different stuff
again,
that
if
you
English
might
isn't
need,
your first language,
then you can select one of these options. And if one of those is Spanish, you're still out of luck.
Please press 1 for English. 2 para español. Thank you for calling the Department of Licensing Customer Support Center.
I just can't get over how dumb. This is one of my favorite shows. We play clips from this all the time. One of my favorite comedies of all time is The Office. And 100%, if they gave Michael Scott the task of making one of these lines so it was more friendly to multiple languages, this is exactly what he would have done. And then Jan from corporate would have had to come down there and get very angry at him that he did something so offensive. But this is real life. This is not a comedy on NBC. This is real life. This is what our DOL in Washington did. And it was up for years.
If you have a valid Washington driver license or ID card and a social security number, press 1.
No, press 1.
The numbers are in Spanish. So strangely, just the numbers.
And they're saying it's AI generated.
Okay.
It wasn't somebody with a really wild sense of humor.
Yeah.
We're going to DOL.
It wasn't somebody on a drunk Friday afternoon.
No, it wasn't done at the State House. No.
Oh, my gosh. So funny. I mean, you can't help but laugh. It is funny. We can all laugh at that.
And fixed.
And it's fixed.
As of 2 days ago.
Finally, yes. Amazing work they're doing there.
No, it was fixed a week ago. I apologize. Fixed a week ago.
A week ago. After years.
Yeah, thanks very much.
All right. Well, we have a lot more coming up. Stick around. When we come back.
Big weekend.
Big weekend ahead if you're looking for entertainment or anything. Comic-Con's coming up. You're a huge Comic-Con guy.
Yeah, it started last night, yeah.
And we're going to talk to Paul Holden. He's a producer here, and he goes out and he
thought you know what's happening all around town, and this is the ball. This is the only thing happening this weekend.
That's what people are excited about. All right, we'll talk to him next, and I think we got some pictures. We have pictures of you.
We got pictures to share from my time at Comic-Con.
Your time at Comic-Con. And you're dressed
over
up?
the years. My kid and I, a tradition. Every year we go together. Back when my kid thought I was cool, we don't do it anymore because my kids moved on.
Sure.
We dress up for cosplay, as in tandem.
And you used to dress up. People didn't know this, but Spike used to be a dead ringer for Princess Leia. We'll see some pictures when we come back.
And we're talking about the Jabba bikini, not that white thing.
Geez.
No, not that basic. No, I'm talking
Too
about
much now.
Talking about the brown bikini.
All right,
gold
we'll be right
trim.
back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Yikey wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
There are 6 markets you can place your money in. Research suggests it's better to have exposure to all 6 markets. Don't miss a potential opportunity because you didn't strategically diversify your assets. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Request your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing in your portfolio. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
At Subaru of Puyallup, enjoy a truly stress-free shopping and buying experience. Friendly experts, transparent pricing, and genuine care. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event through March 31st, enjoy extra savings. Visit your stress-free dealership today. SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Fresh food comes from local farms. Check the package. For the best for your family, choose locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs. And for eggs with 3 times the omega-3, choose Wilcox Omega-3 eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Find your pot of gold at Lake Washington Windows and Doors with savings up to 20% on new windows and doors for your home. Plus, enjoy easy 12-month same-as-cash financing. Strike gold today. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A last-minute amendment to the 9.9% millionaires tax bill now has Governor Bob Ferguson endorsing the plan. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has the latest.
Just days ago, Governor Ferguson told the House Finance Committee he wouldn't sign the millionaires tax bill because it didn't go far enough.
So do I support the concept of millionaires tax? You better believe it. Absolutely. But, and this is a significant but, it just can't be $3.5 billion that goes into our general fund.
The new amendment now promises to send more of the bill's projected $3 billion annual revenue toward the working family's tax credit, and with it, checks up to $1,300 to about 460,000 additional households in need. Republicans warn Democrats could eventually expand their tax plans to hit middle-income earners too. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The bill still needs to pass the House Finance Committee, which is expected to happen soon. Opposition to President Trump's new worldwide tariffs now includes Washington Washington State. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Washington Attorney General Nick Brown joined more than 20 AGs from around the country in a lawsuit to block what Brown calls President Trump's illegal tariffs. The president's initial tariffs were ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. Brown says he expects the same result.
We'll fight it out in court, and given our track record and the track record on tariffs specifically, feel pretty confident about it.
The lawsuit argues the president's tariffs violate federal law, upends constitutional separation of powers, and violates the Administrative Procedures Act. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Las Vegas Raiders will release former Seattle Seahawks Pro Bowl quarterback Gino Smith if they can't trade him before the start of the new NFL league year next week, according to reports by ESPN. The 35-year-old Smith was sent by Seattle to the Raiders in a trade last offseason, reuniting him with former Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll in Vegas. The reunion didn't go as planned as the Raiders went 3-14 and let Carroll go at the end of his first season with the team. Seattle police say they arrested a drunk tagger early Thursday morning.
Police say an officer spotted the 20-year-old damaging the lower West Marginal Way South Bridge near 7th and South Cloverdale Street around 1 a.m. He tried to run away, but the officer eventually caught him, and according to the police report, his hands had light blue paint residue on them. And SPD says the guy had trouble balancing while walking. He had a bottle of Fireball liquor on him, and he had a knife, too. Police say this man is known for violent offenses. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
And now a look at your KIRO News Radio traffic with Lori.
And traffic is brought to you by the KIRO News Radio app. 167 is pretty solid from before 516 all the way to Sumner. You've got an accident right in the middle there at 516. It's on the ramp. Both directions of I-5 struggling as you approach 56th in Tacoma. We have an accident 202. It's eastbound at Sahalee Way. That one's taken up 2 right lanes. Northbound 405 at Northeast 85th. We have a collision. That one's mostly blocking the ramp. Bellevue to Everett right now, 13-minute slowdown. Seattle to Everett, you're going to see an 8-minute delay. It's a 50-minute drive, and 47-minute drive Seattle to Tacoma. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app, listen to your favorite shows, and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. Clouds, scattered showers throughout our Friday forecast with highs into the low 50s, and we're looking at that right now, raining lightly and 51 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. There's a lot of stuff going on this weekend, and to keep you apprised of all of it, we have Paul Holden, producer for Seattle's Morning News, all-around nice guy. He's got a great beard. We love him around here.
We call him our geek on the streets. Is that fair? Is that fair?
Geek, nerd, I kind of feel like I get it all. You know, it depends on the show. I feel like
He's got the pulse of those who sit and watch things happen.
Which is to say, that's high blood pressure.
I said, yeah, probably, yeah, okay.
You got the yeah.
Paul, welcome to the show. What's going on this weekend? What are you out and about doing?
I mean, there is a ton going on this weekend, and it's headlined by the biggest event this weekend is Emerald City Comic-Con this weekend. It's fully underway right now.
Kicked off last night, right?
Yep. Kicked off last night, and it's one of my favorite weekends of the year. What's really cool that I got to learn about this one, I talked to one of the event directors. His name was Chris DeLando, and they said 90,000 people they're anticipating coming down for the event, and they really did a focus on local creators too. So I think this is an opportunity for a lot of local PNW regional artists to be able to go out and show their work. And they've expanded to both the Arch Building. They're covering the whole convention center.
The new convention center as well as the Arch Building. It's really opened up its footprint downtown.
Yeah, they said it's they have 3 main stages.
Say paw print or hoof print or footprint downtown. Because have you ever Comic-Con?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you know, and anybody who hasn't, it's a cultural, it's nerd stock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Geekapalooza. I mean, you name it what you want to name it, but it's everything from, you said, artists to fantasy fans, cosplay, collectors. You name it. If you've got a hobby that's artistically driven or
feels
fantasy,
like a giant hobby show.
It is exactly.
Yeah.
And people wait all year long for this. I go every year with my kid. Mm-hmm. Since my kid was little, I'll share some pictures of over the years my kid and I dressing up together.
Oh, fun.
For me, part of the experience is is taking part in the culture itself, becoming one of your favorite characters. And I've been Bob from Bob's Burger, and my kid was Louise. We've done so many different over the years. We did Jack Skellington and Oogie Boogie at Comic-Con. Because it's literally not just comic books. It's not just anime. It's not just cartoons. You name it, it's there. TV series, movies, everything that you possibly be into is represented there.
And they also have, they have like real stars who will show up and sign autographs.
Meet Your Heroes weekend, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's absolutely loaded. Some of the two that have stuck with me, you have, William Shatner's going to be there. Hayden Christensen is going to be there. But there's a whole list of other people. They got the cast from The Boys is coming there. The Amazon show is they're recapping there. I can't remember who they brought from Stranger Things that's going to be talking about the end of the end of the show and all that stuff. You have Gus from Breaking Bad that's going to be here. So yeah, it's tons of that. And I mentioned Chris Delando. He said if you are a fan of something, they have something for you here. It is anime, comics, movies, TV shows, collectibles,
action figures.
Yes, they have everything, a little bit of everything.
Until we go.
What are you into, Paul? Are you a Star Wars guy? Are you are you a William Shatner fan? Star Trek? Like, what are you getting excited about?
I'm more into superhero comics. That's where in terms of this, PAX, the big event that comes, is more video game focused. If you were to kind of put on my tier list, video games would be number one for me. But anything Marvel, DC related, I always love seeing that. Actually, one of my first times I got to go to Comic-Con, I got to meet one of the original artists on Spider-Man doing some of the original Spider-Man art, fun. and he had these awesome black and white prints of it, and he signed it, and I got to talk a little bit about it because it has that classic 90s comic book style that I just burned in my brain. That the original X-Men animated series, like that's
that what I
era
grew
of
up
comics.
watching.
Exactly,
I loved it.
Yeah, and it's amazing. So it's like when I see that type of stuff, I love it. But what's also cool, speaking about those big publishers, this is actually a big networking event we were talking about local creators, but they actually are going to have professional portfolio reviews. So you're actually going to be able to submit your portfolio to DC Comics, some Marvel, some people from big names in the industry. So if you're someone that wants to, just you might not lead to the biggest thing, but you can have some big names in the business be like, hey, check out my work, and get some input onto it. So superheroes
fantastic.
are at the top of superheroes, and cartoons are kind of my main focus at Comic-Con.
What was your way into this, Spike? I mean, I know you said the dress up and everything, the cosplay.
We got into it because we were doing a radio show in town. The first year it happened, they came to us to help them promote this new event starting at the Seattle Convention Center at the time. Exclusively was Comic-Cons had gotten big in San Diego, New York.
The San Diego one's kind of the premier.
Still pretty much.
That's the big one.
But the ECCC, Emerald City Comic-Con, has become one of the biggest in the nation. So we got to announce it. But over the years, I've got a chance to MC events, to host panels or do interviews. We got a picture we shared. I got to interview Adam West and Burt Ward, the original Batman and Robin.
Wow.
At Comic-Con in front of a sold-out,
super fun,
packed
room. You grew up watching those guys.
I mean, on TV.
On
yes.
TV.
These we're talking about heroes, right? I dressed up as we got a picture. I dressed up as the Penguin in a tuxedo with a lavender trim.
To interview those guys?
And I interviewed those two as the Penguin. And they were chuckled. They got a big chuckle out of it. But I'm sitting there, I'm interviewing Adam West, Batman, Burt Ward. It was Bruce Wayne.
Can you imagine Adam West's life? Like, you just think about what he has seen since the 1960s, all the Comic-Cons that he's been to, what people, I mean, a lot of generations. Is he still with us? He passed away, didn't he?
Just recently lost him.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when you think about a guy like William Shatner, who's now 93?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
The guy literally was so famous as Captain Kirk on TV in the 1960s, which again, I think was only 3 seasons originally.
Right.
Then that becomes the thing that it becomes, which kind of, I mean, it doesn't give birth to sci-fi, but it's like one of the grandfathers of sci-fi.
Yes, it did.
He then gets to go to space. He's literally a spaceman now because he played a guy on TV who was in space.
He is one of America's cultural icons, heroes. It's the kind of status that they put on. Carve him into Rushmore. He's got that level of status. And it's funny you say these people that get to be these people for the rest of their lives. When I got to meet Mr. West and I got to meet Mr. Shatner, these guys have embraced that. a lot of people get like caught up in a role and that becomes their identity.
Sure.
And it's at Bob
And
Denver.
sometimes they shun it.
Yes, Bob Denver says it ended his career because he could never be he wanted to be a serious actor. Couldn't be anything but Gilligan.
And everyone said, put on a hat.
and eventually...
He's like, I'm doing Shakespeare here, buddy. No. Put on a hat.
And he leaned into it. And he realized this was a gift he gave to culture.
Yeah.
And the gift of how much they appreciated and loved it was America's gift back to him. And Shatner, better than anybody, has embraced that.
Shatner's great. Did you see, this was really funny actually, but did you see, it's kind of become a famous video, but he gets back from his time in space, what is the Bezos, Blue Origin?
Blue Origin.
Mm-hmm. So they land from the Blue Origin thing and he gets out and he's standing there in the middle of wherever it came down in some desert somewhere. And he's standing there and he's having a really reflective moment. Have you seen this, Paul?
Yeah.
He's having a really reflective moment and he's realizing after having pretended to go to space his entire life, and then he finally gets a chance, and as he's up there, and he's lived a long life, so it's not like he hasn't had all the life experiences that a normal person's had, but now he is also, in addition, he's gone to space. And his takeaway was how lonely space was, and how excited he was, and how he yearned to get back to life on Earth, where there's life. There's nothing in space.
Right.
And he's trying to have this moment, and Jeff Bezos is the person he's talking to. And then off to the right or something, Jeff Bezos is distracted because his wife is popping champagne with some like pop star, and Jeff Bezos kind of like walks away as William Shatner is having kind of a beautiful moment, and Shatner just ends up kind of standing there, and the moment goes away, but it's all on video, and it's like William Shatner is a treasure.
He is a treasure. That's one way to describe him.
Anyway, all that to say, Comic-Con's this weekend. It's open all weekend, right, Paul?
Yep.
Through Sunday afternoon, right?
Yep, so through Sunday afternoon. And remember, too, if you get a ticket, there is stuff that happens after the show floor closes at 7 o'clock. It gets you in. There's a bunch of stuff. There's karaoke. There's after parties. There's all a bunch of stuff that they do after, you meet your favorites and do the meet and greets and stuff. You can go and party the night away, basically, with your fellow nerds there in downtown Seattle.
I have as much fun people watching at Comic-Con as I do.
The best part is the first lap you take. I always, when I get there, you take your first lap around and you just kind of soak it all in, because it's everything, like you said, the families that do the stuff together, and they have the whole group costumes, to the people that did their best, that are just putting together what they can to make it, and then you got the pros that roll in, and
who
you're
spend
just like,
hundreds of hours putting costumes together, and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah,
they look like they walked off a movie set.
Yeah,
and they're roaming the halls of the convention center in the Arts Building.
Yeah, but make sure, even despite your costume, and Spike will agree with this, if you're gonna cosplay, if you're gonna cosplay, wear good shoes. Just make the sacrifice of skipping the heels, skipping the flip-flops or whatever. You're going to do so much walking, and you're going to go up and down so much. You got to make sure that you take care of your feet. Also good to have a rechargeable battery and water bottle too, as was recommended to me, just to keep you moving. There you
go.
It's going to go fast.
Stay hydrated. All right, Comic-Con this weekend. Paul, thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
Two competing budget proposals.
Senators want to be aggressive, they say.
Traffic.
We have a stall on westbound 16.
Conversation.
If they pass this thing and Governor Ferguson signs it into law, I think there's going to be a mass political sea change in Washington State.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They're bringing it home again.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Integrity Roofing and Construction is your trusted local roofing team, offering free estimates, video inspections. Call them today and book an assessment. They have incredible customer satisfaction. Just speaks for itself. They'll keep your home leak-free during the rainy season in the Great Northwest. Visit integrityrc.com. Take a look at any of the hundreds of great reviews. One of them is mine. Schedule a free estimate, free assessment today. Years of experience, full restorations, roof repairs. They can do it all. Give them a call, 206-202-ROOF, or online at integrityrc.com.
Do you like helping others? Become a Shiva volunteer. In Pierce County, join the hundreds of volunteers across Washington state who help over 90,000 people each year with their Medicare options and questions. You don't have to know Medicare. We'll teach you. And if you're bilingual, even better. For more information and how to apply, call Shiva at 1-800-562-6900 or go to insurance.wa.gov.
Sponsored by the Office of the Insurance Commissioner and aired by the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The first few steps that I took in the morning were pretty painful.
This is Carlos.
I had been told by multiple orthopedic surgeons that there was no alternative for me.
That wasn't what he wanted to hear. You see, Carlos is an active guy.
I played basketball, and for 3 to 4 days after, my knees would just be so swollen. And now I can play basketball, and there is no swelling. There is no pain in the knees.
No swelling, no pain, because Carlos went to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm just happy to be able to be out there. And then knowing that tomorrow I am not going to suffer for this.
What do you say to your friends and family who are in pain?
I say, I had horrible knee pain and stem cells really worked for me. You might want to go to Dr. Wagner, just get a consultation before you have surgery.
Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Discover a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026.
Well, the wet, chilly weather has certainly arrived. It's Mike Salk here, and if your attic and crawl space are well insulated, your home should be fine. Should feel cozy and warm without your furnace having to work overtime. But you'd be surprised to learn how many homes in Western Washington lack insulation in these spaces. It's why you call Crawl Pros. If you're feeling cold drafts or seeing that heating bill spike, now's a great time to learn if you got anything going on behind that crawl space or attic by calling Crawl Pros. They'll come out to your house just like they did to mine, do the corner-to-corner inspection. In my case, they found the problem, showed me the pictures, and then they got it all fixed. Now, if they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates that are available to help you get the work done correctly. Like if you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could get a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost of the insulation job. If you're worried anything is going on in your crawl space or attic, including critters, water intrusion, mold, plumbing issues, anything, call Crawl Pros and schedule your free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS. Research shows a correlation between daylight saving time and increased car accidents. If you're in a car accident, call CAR. Herald Car Law offices will handle the insurance so you can recover. Go to carlaw.com. That's CARR. Car accident? Call CAR.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
Welcome to the text message segment where we read some of your text messages. Let's get to it. Jacob, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, we started off the show letting people know about the sad death of Ed Lincoln, the owner of the tow truck.
Pink tow truck.
Thank you. Robin Puyallup confirms what we were talking about. Yep, it was the tow yard for Lincoln Towing. You had to take that right to go around it.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how that property, that real estate down in Lower South Lake Union, 30-some years ago, was all warehouses,
It was just
a tow yard.
A space for a tow truck.
Right.
I'm hoping the Lincoln tow truck family made some good money selling that to whoever owns it now.
I think it was Paul Allen. He was
Paul
huge.
Allen bought all that stuff. That's right.
And remember when he tried to donate all of South Lake Union to the city for the Seattle Commons?
And what did they say?
No thanks.
No thanks.
Nope. Wanted to build a deck over Mercer.
You know what?
A park right there.
In the end, their short-sightedness is actually to the city's benefit because a bunch of tech businesses went in there
Absolutely.
and ended up
Revitalized.
expanding the tax base. And without them, there would be no hope. But they're all going to leave soon after this income tax passes. So I guess they've come back for them anyway. So
I'm sorry. Jeff on Gino Smith being let go by the Raiders. Jeff in Long Branch says, Gino Smith, we need him to work for the U.S. State Department. He could easily overthrow the Iranian government.
That's funny. Like a pass.
Yes!
Overthrow pass.
It's a bad quarterback joke.
Let's see here. 253 Kaepernick for the Raiders. I don't think they're going to go for Kaepernick.
Another 253 or TB. Tom Brady has no desire to play. Raiders should pick up Kyler Murray for a bargain price and have him mentor Mendoza.
Wouldn't you want him to follow a winner? Learn from a winner? That seems cruel. 253 is not a Raider fan, clearly. Aaron Rodgers is going to be out there looking for a gig, I'll bet, you know?
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Caleb in Tacoma says, I feel like the hardest part of a number one draft pick quarterback is they have had extreme success at every level in football, and then they get picked up by the worst team in the NFL. It's a tough pill to swallow and a hard adjustment for a lot of them to make.
Sam Darnold, a great example of this.
Exactly.
Okay, but here's what I will say specifically about Mendoza, which I think maybe he bucks this trend. He was not massively successful in college. He has had to overcome a lot. I mean, I know he has now been successful.
Oh, yeah.
He has won it all, but he was not offered. The team he beat for the national championship would not let him play for them. They would not let him play for their team. He tried to walk on there, and they were like, "Nah, we're good.
We're good." Yeah,
because he's a Miami guy, right?
Yeah, and then he went to Cal. He ends
up going to Cal. He ends up getting another opportunity, and he shifts over to Indiana,
Yep.
And then he ends up taking that team and beating the team that said no to him. So clearly, he's learning to overcome things along the way, and maybe that works for him in the NFL. Or he just totally flames out, which could happen too.
I hope not.
I hope not too. He seems like a good guy.
On daylight saving time, area code 253 says correlation is not causation. Causation?
Causation. Yeah.
It's 1 hour. Do people never stay up late on the weekends? Do traffic accidents and heart attacks go down in the fall because of an extra hour's sleep? Actually, yes, they do. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. But those numbers were real.
I believe you.
The week after daylight saving time is implemented, there's a 6% rise in fatal traffic accidents that first week.
If you say it, I believe it.
I read it on the internet, so it must be true.
Believe it or not, we're almost out of time.
Oh, my gosh.
No. John Curley is coming up next. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. We'll see you back here Monday. Bye-bye.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
At Bible Law Group, we understand what it means to be local legal representation. From shopping at the Bon Marché, picking up gear at Chubby and Tubby, crying for Joey Cora, now for Cal, grabbing a burger while JP Patches clowns by. We live here and fight for you. That's why Bible Law gives local representation to those facing legal problems too big for prayers, even if you can't pronounce Squim or Puyallup. Our legal team has secured more than $40 million in settlements for our clients. We're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found GoodRx. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's GoodRx, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to GoodRx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Do you have at least 1 month worth of food in your pantry? If not, you should definitely go to MyPatriotSupply.com right now. My Patriot Supply is America's #1 supplier of long-term storable food. They've helped over 3 million Americans get prepared. And for a limited time, when you order their best-selling 4-week food supply, you'll get an additional week of food absolutely free. There's no catch, but act fast because this offer ends soon. Claim your free emergency food kit now at MyPatriotSupply.com. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
there's no beating CM Heating. Your best source for local news, KIRO News Radio.